Chapter 281. Xiaofan's divine power was endless and his qi and blood were boiling. The more he fought, the more energetic he became. He was no different from a primordial desolate beast. In a single breath, he was able to throw several punches. With the support of the invincible golden body, he was able to reflect 30% of Xiaofan's attack back at him, leaving him groaning in pain. Furthermore, in the process of fighting head-on, the essence of the pure-blooded swan Ni, pure-blooded sky dragon, and the giant whale's heart that had yet to be completely digested in Xiaofan's bones and bloodline, now surged out like a rain of flowers and was perfectly absorbed by Xiaofan. Finally, not a single drop was left, causing Xiaofan's strength to increase by another 3 million cauldrons. His total strength had reached 53 million cauldrons, which was another step forward. Right now, Xiaofan's blood was no longer ordinary blood. It had evolved into a noble, glassy color. Each drop of blood was as heavy as a mountain. His bones had turned golden, and his organs were even harder than diamonds. Pen Chinese Language Network. ZBZ. Under such circumstances, Xiaofan's defeat was revealed. His clothes were shredded by the aftershock of the energy, and the surface of his skin was full of fine cracks. He began to cough up blood, and his eyes were filled with fear. Gurgling sounds came from his throat, and his whole body was trembling. In reality, Xiaofan's close combat style was not Xiaofan's forte. It was equivalent to Xiaofan using his long range to attack his short range, beating Xiaofan into a sorry state. Finally, enough, Xiaofan. If you continue, Xiaofan will explode. Xiaofan was also a veteran swordsman, and it was not easy for him to cultivate to the talisman transformation realm. I won't allow you to beat me to death just like that. Xiaofan, you've won. Stop. The ancient giant smiled and nodded. With a wave of his sleeve, a river of jade liquid rushed towards Xiaofan. The runes within it flickered, wrapping around Xiaofan and nourishing his injured body. Xiaofan let out a long sigh of relief. He quickly glanced at Xiaofan, his eyes filled with lingering fear and trepidation. The next moment, Xiaofan was teleported away. Xiaofan withdrew his aura as well. The spirit turtle's true qi surged out and sealed up his rampaging vital energy. Eternal Titan. Xiaofan looked at the Eternal Titan and nodded politely. Ha ha ha. Not bad. Even I didn't expect you to be able to completely defeat Xiaofan. The ancient giant laughed. His figure flashed, and he appeared beside Xiaofan. He looked him up and down as if he was studying Xiaofan as some kind of monster. Lu Weining also came to Xiaofan's side. Her face was still extremely nervous, and the sounds of fists hitting flesh during the fight between Xiaofan and Xiaofan were many times more terrifying than the collision of stars, the eruption of volcanoes, and the stampede of horses. This caused Lu Weining to feel uneasy in her heart. Senior Lu, no, Sister Lu. Xiaofan smiled politely at Lu Weining. Thank you, Sister Lu. Xiaofan, why are you thanking me? Lu Weining asked in a low voice. Hey, Sister Lu once helped me heal my wounds. It's only natural for me to say thank you. Xiaofan smiled innocently. Now that Xiaofan had retracted his aura, he didn't seem fierce or frightening at all. Instead, he looked like a refined and gentle young man, very likable. Oh. It's just a small matter. It's not worth mentioning. Lu Weining smiled. Xiaofan, you really are a heavenly genius. You defeated a talisman transformation realm expert with just the power of your flesh. I'm afraid no one will believe you if I tell them. Oh. I was just lucky and ate some heavenly treasures. Xiaofan hurriedly declined modestly. That's not true. Without enough foundation, even if you ate heavenly treasures, you wouldn't be able to obtain such heaven-defying power. Instead, your body would explode and you would die. Lu Weining shook her head slightly. She was also someone who had expanded her acupoint 10 times and was very knowledgeable. She wasn't so easily fooled. Xiaofan, you must have had some fortuitous encounter from the giant whale's heart, right? The ancient titan said. Oh. Xiaofan choked. Ha ha ha, don't worry, I won't press you about your fortuitous encounter. The path of cultivation is extremely difficult. Those on the monster hero ranking have cultivated for many years. What fortuitous encounter did they not have? So don't worry. No one would get to the bottom of the matter. This giant whale island has been abandoned for a long time. Now that you have refined it, there's no harm. The ancient titan said with a pleasant expression. Hearing this, Xiaofan let out a sigh of relief. Xiaofan didn't want a secret like the myriad beast-devouring art to be made known to the world. He would just keep it a secret and make a fortune. Then, ancient titan, this time's ranking challenge. Xiaofan licked his lips and asked. Xiaofan, don't worry. This time, you have won a great victory. It was a clean and beautiful victory. From now on, the 1650th place on the Monster Hero ranking is yours. TSK, a young man in his 20s has obtained a place within the top 2000 on the Monster Hero ranking. This is unprecedented in the history of the Monster Hero world. The ancient titan's expression revealed his deep admiration for Xiaofan. Your future is really limitless. Moreover, even if we don't talk about the future, the fact that you've obtained this ranking right now is enough to shock the world. In 10 days to half a month, your name will shake this land. Is that so? Xiaofan thought. Could this ranking challenge not be a trap set by the higher-ups of the Monster Hero Tower to deal with me? Xiaofan couldn't forget that supreme, invincible psychic wave that had scanned him and discovered the secret in his heart. I'm afraid it's not going to end well. However, I still don't have the resources to deal with the higher-ups of the Monster Hero Tower. I'll take it one step at a time. Xiaofan made up his mind. Then, Xiaofan, I will personally bring you back now. The higher-ups will award you the ranking. The ancient titan smiled. Quickly return to the Monster Hero Tower. Yes, Xiaofan said in a low voice. The ancient titan looked at Lu Weiniang casually. Lu Weiniang, quickly returned to the Monster Hero Tower as well. Your performance this time, it's not bad. At least you didn't get hurt. You escaped unscathed. At least you won't have inner demons. If there's a chance in the future, come and participate in the ranking challenge. Don't be discouraged. Yes, the ancient titan. Lu Weiniang also nodded in agreement. Then, she looked at Xiaofan, took out her Xeno Hero token and quickly said to Xiaofan. She said to Xiaofan quickly, Xiaofan, I'll send you a message now. Add me to your communication column. In the future, we can also contact each other at any time and exchange what we need. Oh. Xiaofan was stunned for a moment. Then, he took out his Monster Hero token. With a scan of his spirit wave, Xiaofan saw Lu Weiniang's request to add him. Lu Weiniang stole a glance at Xiaofan. She was also nervous. Ever since she became the Monster Hero, she had never taken the initiative to send a request to any male Monster Hero. This was the first time. This made her very nervous. But fortunately, Xiaofan quickly agreed to Lu Weiniang's request. Sister Lu, that's enough. Xiaofan smiled and kept the Monster Hero token. Sister Lu, I'll send you a message if there's anything in the future. You don't have to send me a message if there's anything. When you're bored, you can also send me a message to chat. Lu Weiniang blurted out without thinking. But after saying this, she seemed to feel that something was wrong. She seemed to have lost her modesty. Her cheeks blushed, and she quickly took a step back. Ancient giant, Xiaofan, Weiniang will leave first. Goodbye. After saying this, she flew away on her true qi. A young hero naturally attracts many admirers and pursuers. The ancient giant said emotionally. Ancient giant senior, you must be joking. Xiaofan was no longer a greenhorn. Now, he could see through Lu Weiniang's attitude. It was too subtle. Ha ha ha, Xiaofan, it's not a big deal. There's no need to hide it. Alright, let's not talk about this. I'll take you back to the Monster Hero Tower now. As soon as he finished speaking, a string of runes rushed out like a tornado and wrapped around Xiaofan and the ancient giant. In a breath's time, the two disappeared without a trace. After some time, Xiaofan's body solidified. He stood on the ground and found himself in a small room. However, the ancient giant was not next to him. Xiaofan quickly scanned the room and discovered that the room was glowing with a mysterious and mighty energy. The walls were transparent like jade and full of immortal qi. There were patterns of thousands of moons floating on the walls. The bright moonlight sprinkled down, which was a spectacular sight. Furthermore, there were many profound runes engraved on the walls. These runes seemed to form a formation, causing Xiaofan to feel dizzy just by looking at them. It was as if he was about to be completely lost in an endless space. Xiaofan quickly looked away and did not dare to scan the room with his mind. Then, a thought popped up in Xiaofan's mind. What is this place? Where is the ancient giant? He wants to take me back to the Monster Hero Tower. Is this a certain level of the Monster Hero Tower? At this moment, the ancient giant's voice echoed in the room. Alright, Xiaofan, I've brought you back to the Monster Hero Tower. This time, your performance was too perfect. I'll report to the higher-ups now. Rest for a while and wait for good news. Huh? This is the Monster Hero Tower? Then. Senior, which level is this? Xiaofan asked hurriedly. The top level of the Monster Hero Tower. The ancient giant answered hurriedly and then his voice disappeared. Top level. Xiaofan swallowed a mouthful of saliva. The top level of the Monster Hero Tower. Is it where the Elders Guild is? Xiaofan was indeed uneasy now. In other words, he might face the highest level of the Monster Hero world in a moment's time. Thinking of this, Xiaofan could not help but touch his heart. Unconsciously, most of the spirit turtle true qi surged towards his heart, covering it tightly. This was Xiaofan's subconscious protective action. What should I do now? If the higher-ups want to deal with me, if the mind wave that peeped into my heart wants to deal with me, how can I resist? Xiaofan was a little anxious. Suddenly, young Xiaofan, hello. A man's calm voice sounded in the small room. It was ethereal and had the feeling of a saint and immortal who enlightened the people of the world. This voice was very gentle and not harsh, but it made it impossible for anyone to refute it. It was as if the words spoken by this voice were the truth. Whoever refuted it would be rebellious. They might even suffer the wrath of heaven. Suddenly, the demon egg in Xiaofan's heart shrank and hid like a speck of dust. It seemed to be extremely afraid of this voice. Xiaofan was extremely nervous as he looked around. You are? Xiaofan, don't look around. I'm just using my mind wave to communicate with you. This time, we already know about your performance in the ranking challenge competition. To be honest, a talented young man like you is rarely seen. There probably won't be another heaven-defying genius like you in the future. Your appearance is a blessing for the entire Monster Hero world. Don't worry, we will do our best to nurture you. Why is there a series of high hats being put on me? Xiaofan's heart was stifled. However, he would not completely believe anything. He remained silent. Xiaofan, take out your Monster Hero token. I will personally give you the ranking. 1650. You haven't expanded your acupoints yet, right? When you expand your acupoints and even transform them into talismans, it will be a sure thing for you to become a giant throughout the ages. The voice laughed. Yes, Xiaofan calmly took out his hyperhero token. Swoosh, the monster hero token floated in the air. Hum hum hum, in an instant, immortal chi and rays of light shot into the monster hero token from all directions of the small room. Xiaofan suddenly felt that some of the data inside the monster hero token had been changed. Okay, it's done. Xiaofan, you can check it. The monster hero token was held in Xiaohan's hand again, and his mind waves slightly seeped into it. Monster hero, Xiaofan birthplace, Southern region contribution points, 200000 ranking on the monster hero ranking list, 1650 privilege. Can enter countries that 80% of ordinary people are not allowed to enter. Can enter secret realms that 80% of ordinary people are not allowed to enter. Monthly fixed benefits of 200,000 contribution points. Anything in the Monster Hero Tower, including secret cultivation rooms and secret manuals, will be given a 20% discount. Will not be bound by secular laws. This seems not bad. Xiaofan slowly put the Monster Hero token back into his arms. Xiaofan, your name will soon appear on the Monster Hero ranking. Let the world know that you have obtained a place in the top 2000 of the Monster Hero ranking at such a young age. You will cause a great stir in the entire Monster Hero world. After a pause, the great voice continued, then, Xiaofan, now that you have a ranking, you can also enter some places and complete some special missions. Special missions? Xiaofan was stunned. Yes, Xiaofan, at this time, there is a great mission that needs to be completed by you. This mission is related to the life and death of the entire human race. It is no exaggeration to say that this mission can affect the whole situation. It is very likely to affect the rise and fall of our human race and the demon race. It is the key to victory. This? Hearing this, Xiaofan was immediately shocked. What kind of mission could be related to the eternal battle between the human race and the demon race? Was this an alarmist? Chapter 282. The more Xiaofan listened, the more confused he became. ZBZ. It was hard for him to imagine that there was a great mission that would affect the rise and fall of the relationship between the human clan and the demon clan that required a small role like him to complete. Xiaofan couldn't help but laugh at himself. Senior, I, Xiaofan, am definitely not someone who would belittle myself. However, I know my own strength well. I am merely at the 5th level of true Qi and have yet to start expanding my meridians. Relying on the occasional fortuitous encounter, I am able to hold my own against an early-stage talisman-shaping realm cultivator. The talisman-shaping realm is the 7th level of true Qi. Above that is the 8th level of true Qi, then the 9th level of true Qi. In fact, there are even the legendary Immortals. In the Jinqi realm, starting from the expanded aperture realm, each realm was more profound than the one before it. The gap between each realm was akin to an insurmountable chasm. Frankly speaking, if I were to face a cultivator at the 8th level of true Qi, I could say that I would die with just a thought. There was no room for resistance. Senior, for an existence like me to complete such a mission that concerns the survival of the human race and the demon race is no different from being cannon fodder. These words had to be said out loud, so Xiaofan said them out loud. Moreover, his mind began to think quickly. Could it be that the plan of the higher-ups of the Yaoxia Pagoda is to arrange for me to complete a deadly mission after I obtain this ranking? At the thought of this, Xiaohan's heart was filled with anger. Young man, Xiaofan, are you angry? The voice sounded high and mighty, and there was a faint smile on it. The psychic fluctuations that came from that voice were extremely sensitive. They could clearly see through Xiaohan's emotions. Even the slightest bit of Xiaohan's happiness, anger, sorrow, or happiness couldn't escape his eyes. Everything was crystal clear. Xiaohan's heart skipped a beat and he secretly exclaimed in his heart. A trace of darkness flashed across his eyes, but the emotions in his heart were deeply restrained. He had become even more cautious now, and within this cautiousness was a deep sense of vigilance. The mental fluctuation was silent for a few breaths. Then, yes, Xiaofan, I won't fool you. There is indeed such a mission, and it concerns the rise and fall of the human race. Moreover, you do need to complete this mission. Frankly speaking, you are the only one who can complete this task in the entire Devil Hero realm. The 8th level, 9th level, and 10th level of true Qi that you mentioned, are all not up to par. Even the top 100 giants on the Hex ranking would definitely die if they wanted to complete this task. However, there was always a chance of survival for everything in the world. This chance of survival is you, Xiaofan. A drink and a peck, all predetermined. You've risen like a comet in recent years, and the speed of your growth is so fast that even I'm flabbergasted. Sometimes, I wonder, Xiaofan, could it be that your appearance is the will of the group of immortals, a chance of survival, so that the mission that seems impossible can be easily solved? Xiaofan could tell that the supreme voice was very serious when it spoke. It didn't seem like it was trying to trick him. Impossible. With my cultivation, how can I complete a mission that even an ancient giant must die for? However, Xiaofan still found it hard to believe. Ha 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 ha, he laughed out loud. Xiaofan couldn't help but take a step back. Young man, this is a private conversation between me and you. It's very confidential. Even the people from the Elders Guild won't know the content of our conversation, the voice said meaningfully. Elders Guild? Xiaofan's eyes turned, and a thought flashed across his mind. From the words of this voice, it seemed that his position in the Devil Hero Tower was even higher than the Elders Guild. Who exactly is he? Xiaofan, I've personally scanned you before and found out an earth-shattering secret. Heh. The voice said indifferently. Moreover, there was a subtle change in the voice. If the attitude contained in the voice was still amiable at the beginning, then now, there was a faint majesty hidden in it, a trace of giving orders, a supreme and overweening will spread out in the room, exerting pressure on Xiaofan. It seemed to want Xiaofan to willingly surrender and become a puppet. In the face of this unparalleled mental pressure, Xiaofan's willpower seemed to be affected in an instant, and he was completely subdued. However, all of a sudden, the demon egg in his heart jumped a few times and sent out a hazy thought. In the blink of an eye, it dispersed the thought that was trying to suppress Xiaofan. You're the spiritual wave that wanted to infiltrate my heart before this? Xiaofan finally spoke out in shock. A feeling as if he was facing a great enemy tightly gripped Xiaofan. It was like a thorn in his back. Yes, because of this, I know that you, Xiaofan, have an earth-shattering secret, and this secret is related to the demon race, the voice said with certainty, as if it had already grasped everything. Xiaofan, I've scanned your bloodline and life genes. You don't have a special bloodline, and your root bone is also ordinary. The reason why you have today's achievements is closely related to the secret in your heart. Its contribution cannot be ignored. This secret is related to the demon race. Xiaofan took a few steps back. His mind was like a tide. What should I do? The higher-ups of the Demon Hero Tower have finally broken through the window paper, and are discussing this secret with me face to face. What should I do? Let him punish me? Or fight back with my life? However, he is too powerful. He can easily kill me 1,000 times, 10,000 times with just a thought. How can I resist? But I, Xiaofan, am not a person who will sit and wait for death. Ha ha ha. Xiaofan, don't panic. This spiritual wave obviously sensed Xiaofan's uneasiness and anxiety. He smiled proudly. Xiaofan, perhaps even you don't know the secret of the demon race in your heart, right? Then, today, I'll tell you that there is a ball of demon race's origin energy in your heart. This ball of demon race's origin energy surpasses everything, and it even surpasses the life genes of the demon race's emperors. It is absolutely extraordinary. Surpasses the life genes of the demon race's emperors? Xiaofan's heart tightened. Without a doubt, once this ball of ferocious demon race's origin energy grows up, it will bring unimaginable disasters to the human world. To our human race, it is bad luck and inauspicious. It is a great source of calamity. Logically speaking, we should kill this source of calamity in advance. However, I also notice that this ball of demon race's origin energy has fused with you, Xiaofan. It has been refined by you without any reason. So, if we want to get rid of this demon race's origin energy, we must destroy you, Xiaofan, together with it. That voice seemed to be devising a strategy and talking cheerfully. The heavens have the virtue of cherishing all living things. Although you, Xiaofan, have committed a great sin in your body, you, Xiaofan, are not guilty. We also feel that it is inappropriate to implicate you. Moreover, we cherish talents. You are like an exquisite ornament carved by nature. If you were to be destroyed like this, it would be a reckless waste of God's gift. We can't bear to. Hearing this dignified and eloquent voice, Xiaofan's mind was filled with thoughts. The demon race's origin energy in my heart is even stronger than the demon race's emperors. Yes, this is right. Back then, I was able to successfully refine the demon race's palms because of the demon egg hibernating in my heart. This ball of energy is definitely more powerful than the demon race's emperor. Once it explodes, it will indeed be a disaster for the human race. Now, the senior members of the Wuxia pagoda had already understood this. However, they don't seem to want to destroy me immediately. What do they mean by the heavens having the virtue of cherishing all living things? What do they mean by not being cruel? What do they mean by being merciful? They might be able to fool a 3-year-old, but they won't be able to fool me, Xiaofan. The world of the Wuxia pagoda was extremely cruel and selfish. The Wuxia contest had already fully demonstrated the survival of the fittest in the world of the Wuxia pagoda. In the Wuxia contest, the motto of the Wuxia pagoda was to step on other people's heads to get to the top. The Wuxia pagoda didn't believe in mercy at all. Moreover, when facing the demons, there was no mercy at all. There was only killing. Of course, this was understandable. For example, when I was in Ah Chao's family, I encountered a few demon heroes. In order to hunt down the North Mystic Demon Monarch, they did not hesitate to massacre the entire city. They did not care about the lives of ordinary people. They only wanted to exterminate the demon race. They would rather kill 10,000 innocents than let one go. These senior members of the Wuxia pagoda have experienced countless killings in their lives, so they don't care about anything else. It's impossible for them to give up on destroying the demon's origin energy in my heart just so that I won't be implicated. In fact, they went through a lot of trouble and set up many traps to trap me, which makes me very confused. With my current battle prowess, they could easily crush me to death. Why didn't they do that? Instead, they beat around the bush. Soon, Xiaofan pointed out the crux of the matter. Xiaofan's soul shackles had been broken, so his mind was very active and he had all kinds of bold ideas. Why didn't the senior members of the Wuxia pagoda just kill me and the demon egg in my heart? That would have been the end of it, but instead, they schemed against me? Why is that? Why exactly? Suddenly. Right. I know. The demon egg in my heart must be very powerful, which made the senior members of the Wuxia pagoda hesitate. They were also afraid of being devoured. Yes, that must be it. Before this, the soul wave wanted to enter my heart to see what was going on, but it was completely crushed by the demon egg's will and demonic energy. It's not that they don't want to kill me, but they're afraid that the demon egg in my heart will lose control and go berserk. The demon egg has been refined by me and is in my body, so the situation can still be controlled. Once they kill me, the situation will be hard to say. That must be it. It's not that they don't want to kill me, but they don't dare to. Finally, Xiaofan figured out the crux of the matter. I've said it before, everything is predetermined. When looking at things, you have to analyze it from two perspectives. Xiaofan, you're like a double-edged sword now. The demon's origin energy hidden in your heart is a potential threat to us humans. However, because you have such a secret, you have the chance to complete that mission. That mission? What exactly is it? After analyzing that the senior members of the Wuxia pagoda did not dare to kill the source of him immediately, the fear in Xiaohan's heart gradually subsided. There was a feeling of being barefooted and not afraid of wearing shoes. It could be said that he had something to rely on. Oh. His emotions slowly calmed down. Xiaofan, you have a strong will, and you are indeed blessed by the heavens. It is beyond my imagination. It seems that I need to reevaluate you. The voice muttered a few words, but it did not seem to mind. It continued. Xiaofan, do you know who the greatest traitor in the history of humans is? Huh? Xiaofan was stunned. My dear Yan. The greatest and most outstanding alchemist in the history of humans. He used to be a demon hero. Tens of thousands of years ago, he betrayed the Wuxia pagoda and defected to the demons. The voice was suddenly filled with anger. My dear Yan? I've heard of this name before. Besides, I know that all the divine medicine used by the demons to shield the demonic qi was made by my dear Yan. This. Oh right, the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor consumed this kind of saint elixir. That's why even Li Fan Ming, who was an ancient powerhouse, couldn't see through him. Xiaofan blurted out. I really didn't expect that Mr. Yan was once a demon hero. He's a traitor among the demon heroes. Scum. Unforgivable. He betrayed the human race and defected to the demons. This is the greatest humiliation in the history of humans. The voice slightly lost its composure. My dear Yan's betrayal has affected the balance between the human race and the demons in this world. Oh. Hearing that, Xiaofan pricked up his ears and seemed to be very curious. There are countless human realms in this universe. The world we're in is just a drop in the ocean, the tip of an iceberg. It's just an ordinary human realm. In every human realm, the eternal theme is the battle between the human race and the demon race. Some human realms have already been lost and completely turned into demon realms. All the humans were either killed and eaten by the demon race or became slaves and laborers of the demon race. Of course, there are also human realms where the human race killed all the demons, making the world a paradise without any worries. The human race didn't have to worry about the demon race's scourge and thus lived in peace and contentment. In our human realm, the human race is also dedicated to killing the demon race. That's how the profession that specializes in killing the demon race was born. Demon hero. Tens of thousands of years ago, our human realm once achieved an important breakthrough in the war against the demon race. Many great demon emperors died in the hands of our high-level demon heroes. This greatly damaged the vitality of the demon race. According to this development, our human realm might be able to eliminate all the demon race in thousands of years or even 10,000 years. Xiaofan, I can tell you that the immortal realm and the immortal realm both exist. However, there are too many human realms like the eternal sands, but there is only one immortal realm. So, not every mortal dimension was able to receive the favor of the immortal dimension. However, if the human race wins the battle between the human race and the demon race in one of the human realms and eliminates all the demon race in this world, then the immortal realm will definitely know about it. The immortal realm will bestow rewards and enlighten this human realm. Is that so? Xiaofan tried his best to digest these words. Originally, our human realm was going to uproot the demon race and eliminate all evil, so that our human realm could obtain the favor of the immortal realm. The favor of the immortal realm. However, everything was destroyed by a traitor. My dear Yan, he actually defected to the demon race. so that the demon race could get enough supplies and breathing space from the state of being at death's door. In our human realm today, the human race and the demon race are in a state of balance again. Xiaofan thought. It seems that tens of thousands of years ago, the demon race suffered a setback and should have gradually been eliminated. However, because of my dear Yan's betrayal, not only did the demon race not die out, but it also recovered after tens of thousands of years of development. Now, it is able to fight against the human race as an equal, making it difficult for the human race to eliminate the demon race. My dear Yan, you changed the situation of the human race and the demon race in this human realm by yourself. This is really unbelievable. Xiaofan said doubtfully. Does my dear Yan really have such a skill? To be honest, my dear Yan's talent in concocting medicine and pills is almost unprecedented. Not only in our human realm, but also in other human realms. He would be an invincible and almost legendary existence. It is no exaggeration to say that if he is given enough materials, he can probably concoct immortal pills. Xiaohan's body trembled. Not only can my dear Yan concoct medicine that can shield the demon qi, but... Xiaofan, you also know that in the realm of the demon race, there is a difference between the mutated and non-mutated demon race. Although the demon emperors that don't have mutated bloodline are also cruel, they can be easily hunted by the great demon warriors of the human race. However, the mutated demon emperors are extremely terrifying. Their demonic power is as deep as the sea, and they can easily set off a bloody storm. Every time a mutated demon emperor is killed, a large number of demon warriors have to sacrifice their lives. The price is very heavy. However, the bloodline of the demon race is very special. Most of the high-level demon emperors can't mutate their bloodline in their lifetime. In fact, it is very rare for a demon emperor to have mutated bloodline. However, my dear Yan can concoct some secret medicine that can greatly increase the probability of a normal high-level demon emperor's bloodline mutation. I understand now. In other words, my dear Yan can rely on the secret medicine to create a large number of mutated demon emperors. Ordinary high-level demon emperors that can't mutate their bloodline will have a high probability of mutating after taking the secret medicine of my dear Yan. After the number of mutated demon emperors increases, the comprehensive strength of the demon race will greatly increase, and it will be more and more difficult for the human race to exterminate the demon race. Besides, what's more terrifying is that as time goes by, my dear Yan can create more mutated demon emperors. In this case, the demon race will grow stronger, and one day, our human world may evolve into the realm of demons. Xiaofan said in shock. Yes, Xiaofan, as you said, when my dear Yan first joined the demon race, he could only create 1 or 2 mutated demon emperors in a few decades. However, in recent years, probably because his medicine concoction skills are getting better and better, according to our intelligence, he can currently refine an ultra-quality medicine every 5 years, which can cause a terrifying mutation in a high-level demon emperor with an ordinary bloodline. It's extremely terrifying. It's very likely that my dear Yan's medicine concoction skills have improved again, and he can create mutated demon emperors every year. If that's the case, the demon race will launch a counterattack against the human race. A large number of mutated demon emperors, high-level demon emperors, and even demon emperors will form an army and trample on the human race's territory. The entire human world will be plunged into darkness, people will be plunged into misery and suffering, the heavenly Tao will collapse, and the human race will be destroyed. Xiaofan, you should know that every word I said is absolutely not an exaggeration. In other words, my dear Yan may be the key figure who will decide who will dominate the human world, between the human race and the demon race. So, to kill my dear Yan, or to capture him? Xiaofan said while thinking. It's almost impossible to kill or capture Yan Lang. He is valued by the demon race and is kept in the demon capital. He will never step into the territory of the human race. The demon capital is the nest of the demon race in the human world. There are no humans there, but countless demons live there. There are a lot of demon emperors, high-level demon emperors, mutated demon emperors, and even demon emperors. My dear Yen is under the strictest and most comprehensive protection. In history, there have been 18 giant demons and 5 giant demons who took the risk to enter the demon capital to assassinate my dear Yen. In the end, all of them died. They didn't even see my dear Yan's face before they were besieged by a group of demons and turned into powder in an instant. The mission to assassinate my dear Yen is known as the most important, the greatest, and the most difficult mission to complete in the demon world. If my dear Yen dies, the demon race will be weak in our human world. After all, the bloodline of the demon race is very special. Among countless high-level demon emperors, it is rare for one to have a bloodline mutation. If they lose my dear Yen, the number of mutated demon emperors will become fewer and fewer in the future. One killed will be one less. In the end, they will be annihilated by our human race. Hearing this, Xiaofan also shook his head fiercely. However, with all due respect, it's really too difficult to assassinate my dear Yen. It's almost impossible. No, it's not almost impossible, it's absolutely impossible. Yes, we've received some information. In the demon capital, every time my dear Yen goes out, there will be at least dozens or even hundreds of mutated demon emperors and hundreds of high-level demon emperors to protect him. Moreover, the loyalty of these mutated demon emperors to my dear Yen is absolutely unquestionable. They will explode their demon bodies to protect my dear Yen at any time. Because their mutation is all thanks to my dear Yen. They are loyal to my dear Yen. Probably, with the improvement of my dear Yen's medicine refining skills, these mutated demon emperors will have the possibility to evolve into demon emperors. Ha! The voice laughed, but the laughter was full of fear, unprecedented fear. If my dear Yen succeeds in refining the medicine for mutated demon emperors to evolve into demon emperors, then we will all be finished, the demon hero pagoda will be finished, and the entire human world will be finished. Xiaofan nodded in agreement. This was not an alarmist talk. If Yen Lang could create a demon emperor, even if there was a demon emperor every 50 or 100 years, it would cause the complete destruction of the human race. Kill my dear Yen without delay. This mission is related to the survival of the human race. Xiaofan, you are the only person to complete this mission. The voice was majestic and awe-inspiring. Xiaofan shivered. F***CKU. In a moment of desperation, Xiaofan cursed. For this mission, more than a dozen ancient giants and several ancient giants have died. Moreover, my dear Yen is protected by hundreds of mutated demon emperors and countless high-level demon emperors. You want me to kill him? Chapter 283. When Xiaofan heard that the so-called mission was to sneak into the demon lair of this world to assassinate the alchemist, Yen Lang, he immediately tensed up and rejected it decisively. Although Xiaofan was hot-blooded and dared to fight, it did not mean that he was retarded. Writing Chinese Language Network. ZBZ. Before that, be it the Hex Hero Trial, the hunt for the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor, the Hex Hero Ranking Challenge, or even the cross-level battle with Ingzhantian, a powerhouse of the Talisman Transformation realm. They were all seeking survival in the midst of death, but at least there was a chance of winning. However, assassinating Yen Lang was purely courting death. There was no way he could survive. There was no way he could survive. It would be a waste of his life. Think about it, in the lair of the demon clan, the demon metropolis, it should be the most prosperous place of the demon clan. It might even be the birthplace of the demon clan in this human world. The entire demon metropolis was filled with all kinds of demons. There were countless demon generals, demon emperors, and mutated demon emperors. There were also terrifying demon emperors. In such a dangerous place, if a human were to enter it, it would be like throwing a meat bun at a dog. A beautiful woman would enter a wolf's den. Needless to say, once she entered the demon metropolis, she would be turned into minced meat in less than a breath. She would even be torn apart and eaten by the demon clan. Assassinate Yen Lang? It was completely impossible for him to see Yen Lang. Hearing Xiaofan's angry refusal, the voice was neither fast nor slow, as if it had already expected that Xiaofan would have such a reaction. He chuckled coldly. Forget it. If you want to kill me, just do it. It's really clumsy to set up such a death trap. Xiaofan said sternly. However, he did not take it seriously. Xiaofan knew that the other party would not dare to kill him. Otherwise, he would have killed him long ago. Execute me now. Ha ha ha, the voice let out a strange laugh. Xiaofan, you are really cunning. You keep saying that you want to die, but your mind and emotions are not afraid at all. You are indeed a young hero. Not only do you have heaven-covering luck and great fortuitous encounters, you are also very meticulous and observant. You have already deduced that we will not be able to punish you for fear of breaking the vases, right? Ha ha ha. Ha. Xiaofan sneered and did not answer. It was a tacit agreement. Forget it, Xiaofan. Let's put everything else aside for now. The traitor Yen Lang does have the ability to subvert and destroy this human world. As time goes on, this is likely to grow. Xiaofan, as a member of the human race in this mortal realm, and as a swordsman, don't you have any sense of duty? As a swordsman, of course, he had to bear the heavy responsibility of saving the people from disaster. Chivalrous men were the privileged people of this world, but they also needed to contribute to this world. Every excellent swordsman must be prepared to die at any moment in the arduous battles between humans and demons. That voice spoke with a strong sense of righteousness. Could it be that you, Xiaofan, can bear to see those innocent commoners die in the belly of the demon clan? The old, the young, the women and the children, the kind and harmless ordinary people. Among them, there will also be Xiaofan, your parents, your elders, your close friends, your compatriots from the sect, your senior brothers and junior sisters. Ha! Xiaofan laughed it off. If I, Xiaofan, have the ability to save the world, I will certainly not refuse. However, this mission is simply a dead end. I, Xiaofan, can't even fight against the ancient giants. How can I sneak into the demon metropolis and carry out the assassination? I'm afraid I won't even be able to see what Yen Lang looks like. Rather than throwing an egg against a stone and losing my life in vain, it's better to accept the punishment now. You can sentence me to death and see if the original energy of the demon clan in my heart will backfire or not. I also feel that the original energy of the demon clan that I have refined and hibernated in my heart is very powerful. Once I die, it will no longer be imprisoned and will burst out at once. Perhaps, it will also be a disaster. Xiaofan had completely thrown caution to the wind and was stubborn. Presumptuous. Xiaofan, you are threatening me. The voice burst out with anger. Waves of spiritual energy surged towards Xiaofan like a tide. The air in the entire small room suddenly collapsed. The wind and clouds surged. It crushed the universe. Roar. Feeling the invincible pressure that was about to invade his body, Xiaofan let out a deep roar. The power of his flesh body surged and the indestructible golden body rushed out, radiating rays of light. In an instant, Xiaofan's temperament changed greatly. He was like a star shining down, the sun and moon in the sky, the rivers flowing on the ground. Buzz buzz, under the pressure of the spiritual energy, the indestructible golden body also distorted and expanded, producing a clanging sound and shocking cracks as if it was about to be crushed. However, even so, it still unyieldingly defended Xiaofan. Too powerful. It's just a wisp of spiritual energy. With my current physical strength, the indestructible golden body is still unable to withstand it. Xiaofan's eyes almost popped out of their sockets. One should know that the stronger the physical strength, the more powerful the indestructible golden body would be. The indestructible golden body that Xiaofan released with his physical strength of 53 million cauldrons was actually about to be crushed by a wisp of spiritual energy from this expert in just a breath's time. However, at this moment, the demon egg in Xiaofan's heart began to move. Waves of demonic qi were about to shoot out from the heart. It seemed like the demon egg was about to counterattack. However, all of a sudden, the wisp of spiritual energy dissipated. Forget it. Xiaofan, I don't want to oppress you. The furious voice calmed down. The pressure on Xiaofan's body was reduced. The radiance of the indestructible golden body was withdrawn into his body. The demon egg in his heart also calmed down. It condensed into a speck of dust. Xiaofan, don't be so proud of yourself and be fearless. Frankly speaking, I do have a deep fear of the demon origin energy in your heart. I don't want to kill you. No, it's not that I don't want to kill you. I'm just worried that the demon origin energy will cause an uncontrollable backlash if we die together. However, Xiaofan, don't be complacent. Although I don't dare to kill you, I have many ways to deal with you. For example, we can imprison you in a space that is isolated from the outside world. This space has no heaven and earth spiritual qi. You can't cultivate in this space. If you are imprisoned in this space, you will never be able to cultivate your true qi. Your body refining cultivation will also be stagnant. We won't let you starve to death or commit suicide. We will imprison you for eternity. Once we imprison you, the demon origin energy in your heart will be perfectly suppressed by us. Xiaofan, to tell you the truth, if you don't increase your cultivation level and you don't become stronger, the demon origin energy will not be able to cause trouble. In this way, the demon origin energy in your heart will not be able to pose any threat to the human race. Imprisoned for eternity. Oh. Hearing this, Xiaofan's heart skipped a beat. After thinking about it for a bit, he knew that the Almighty was not lying. Once he was locked in a special space, he would not be able to come out and he would not be able to cultivate. That would be a tragedy. Even the demonic egg in his heart would be trapped. Furthermore, on a deeper level, the demon egg in his heart was still a mystery to Xiaofan. Even Xiaofan himself was deeply worried that one day he would be devoured by the demon egg, or even be possessed by it. That would lead to the destruction of his soul. Therefore, Xiaofan's original intention was to continuously cultivate and become stronger. One day, he would fight for control of the demon egg and firmly control it. He would not be harmed by it. If I am really imprisoned, won't my life be ruined? Xiaofan was also shocked. This is indeed a vicious move. Ha ha ha. Xiaofan, now you know that I have a way to deal with you, right? For you, completing the mission of assassinating my beloved is the right path. Xiaofan, don't worry. If you can successfully assassinate my beloved, you will become the greatest demon hero in the history of the human world. This achievement will be unparalleled in the world. When you return in triumph, I will let you join the Elder Council directly. You will be second only to me and above all others. Furthermore, I will bestow upon you an immortal fate, a supreme opportunity for you to become an immortal. What do you think? Ha ha ha. Xiaofan, if you can obtain an immortal fate and be enlightened, you will become an immortal one day. Then, you will be free and unfettered. From then on, you will be invincible. The sun and moon will die, but you will not. The heavens and earth will decay, but you will not. How happy will that be? Humph. This carrot and stick method is also being used on me. Do you think I am a 3-year-old? What immortal fate? Enlightened? The path of cultivation is extremely difficult. To become an immortal is even more difficult. Especially to become an immortal. It is impossible to achieve it in one go with an immortal fate. An immortal fate is only an aid at most. It will give you a shortcut. The real cultivation still depends on yourself, step by step. With perseverance, extraordinary wisdom, determination, courage, and great willpower, you will be able to overcome your inner demons. Only then can you successfully reach the top. I, Xiaofan, am not that easy to be deceived. Xiaofan kept sneering in his heart. However, the situation was stronger than the person. Now, Xiaofan could only feign civility. Even so, I really don't have the strength to enter the demon metropolis and assassinate my beloved. Even if I, Xiaofan, have the strength of an ancient giant, I still dare to take the risk. But now, I can't. The difference is too big. Xiaofan's tone sounded a bit more relaxed. Xiaofan, listen to me in detail. Hearing that Xiaofan had the intention to admit defeat, the voice smiled and began to talk non-stop. To assassinate my beloved, strength is not the first priority. In fact, even someone as strong as me would not dare to enter the demon metropolis. But Xiaofan, you are different. Xiaofan, you have the prerequisite to sneak into the demon metropolis without being discovered. In your heart, you have refined the demon clan's origin energy, allowing you to disguise as a demon. Yes, to assassinate my beloved, you don't need to rely on strength, but disguise. Xiaofan, if you successfully disguise and sneak into the demon metropolis, then you have half succeeded. As long as you sneak into the demon metropolis, 2 months later, there will be a rare opportunity. 2 months later, it will be my beloved's birthday. With my beloved's current status in the demon metropolis, countless demon clans will want to curry favor with him. They will definitely hold a grand birthday banquet for him. At that time, tens of thousands of demons will gather and fight to be the first to offer birthday gifts and flatter him. Xiaofan, you can take advantage of the chaos and make your move. You should know that my beloved rarely goes out on normal days. He is deeply hidden in his castle, refining all kinds of divine medicine and almost never leaving his house. But every birthday, my beloved will definitely show up. His birthday banquet is already a grand event in the demon metropolis. Also, Xiaofan, I want to tell you that although my beloved was once a demon hero, and his skill in refining medicine was unparalleled, he was affected by his physique. In terms of true qi cultivation, he has a limit that is difficult to break through. His true qi realm is only at the expanded acupoint realm. And he will never be able to transform into talismans. In other words, our plan is: Xiaofan, if you sneak into the demon metropolis, with your demon strength and demon techniques, it will not be a problem to pretend to be a high-level demon emperor. You prepare a generous gift and present it in front of him. When he is caught off guard, you will definitely find a chance to assassinate my beloved. He is only at the expanded acupoint realm, that's all. Xiaofan, you can even kill an ordinary talisman transformation realm. As long as you are given the time of a breath, a slight chance, you will be able to kill my beloved with your own hands and make an everlasting contribution. The tone of the voice became urgent and very eager. Xiaofan, do you understand? As long as you kill my beloved, I can even give my position to you and make you the pagoda master of the Demon Knight Tower. From then on, you will be in existence like an emperor in this mortal world. All the chivalrous heroes will be your people. I am willing to abdicate my position. He. Even if I kill my beloved, I will be blasted into ashes by the demon race at the scene almost instantly. Do you think I am capable of escaping? What a joke! Xiaofan sneered in his heart. However, he did not want to refute. He knew that no matter how he refuted, it would be useless. How can I pretend to be a demon? Xiaofan frowned and said. My bloodline is that of a pure-blooded human. I am a genuine human, not a demon. It is extremely difficult to pretend to be a demon. You don't have to worry about this. The voice said urgently. Xiaofan, we have not been idle in these tens of thousands of years. We have also been preparing for a rainy day. We have painstakingly researched a type of medicinal pill. When a human consumes this medicinal pill, his body will produce demonic qi. That is the purest demonic qi. It will wander in the internal organs, blood vessels, bones, pores and cells. This is the most perfect disguise. Even I am unable to see through this disguise. If I am unable to see through it, it means that even the great emperor of the demon race will not be able to see through it. Any human will mistake you for a demon. The demon race will see you as one of their kind. However, if an ordinary human consumes this medicinal pill, his body will explode with demonic qi within 2 hours. But you, Xiaofan, are different. You have refined the origin energy of the demon race. It is very likely that you can control this medicinal pill perfectly, causing the demonic qi to grow in your body without harming you. You have successfully disguised yourself as a demon. Moreover, you have the demonic qi of a high-grade demon sovereign. You even know several demonic techniques. This is absolutely flawless. You will be no different from a real high-grade demon sovereign. Since the ancient times, only you, Xiaofan, have the aptitude to perfectly disguise as a demon sovereign. What ancient tycoon? None of them have this kind of foundation. There was once an ancient tycoon who wanted to carry out this plan. He consumed the medicinal pill. As a result, demonic qi filled his body, causing him to lose control of his mind. He became a crazy, perverted savage, killing people everywhere. In the end, the Council of Elders had no choice but to kill him. At that time, we knew that we must be able to perfectly control the demonic qi contained in the medicinal pill in order to carry out the disguise. But the physique and bloodline of the human race are completely different from the demon race. No matter how high the cultivation of true qi is, we cannot control the demonic qi that surges into the body. In order to assassinate Yen Lang, we spent tens of thousands of years to refine this medicinal pill. It seems that it is destined to be a failure. Until you, Xiaofan, appeared out of nowhere. This made us suspect that you, Xiaofan, are the only person who has inherited the will of the Immortals to complete this mission. Xiaofan, you are a heaven-sent candidate. Xiaofan, think about it. Not only can you disguise yourself as a demon, but you also have boundless demonic qi. When you reach the demon metropolis, find a chance to use a few demonic techniques. What world-destroying demon saber, azure dragon possession, use them all. The demon race will definitely admit that you are a demon sovereign. Because it is impossible for a human to use the natal demonic technique of a high-grade demon sovereign. The voice kept egging him on. It was like a deluge of heavenly flowers and golden lotuses appeared on the ground. Xiaofan was very quiet, but his mind was working non-stop. All kinds of thoughts came one after another. The danger of this trip to the demon metropolis is self-evident. I have to enter the place where tens of thousands of demons gather alone. I will encounter high-grade demon sovereigns, mutated demon sovereigns, and even demon sovereigns. The demon egg that hibernates in my heart is also very attractive to the demon race, causing them to covet it. Even if I can successfully disguise myself as a demon, it is inevitable that I will fall into a dangerous situation. This mission is courting death. However, if I refuse, the higher-ups of the Wuxia pagoda will definitely send me to that sealed special space and imprison me for eternity. How hateful. If I, Xiaofan, have a stronger power, I will not be threatened. Now, what should I choose? Xiaofan could not decide. He deeply felt that he had been forced into a path of no return. It was impossible for him to turn back. The world was so big, and he could not escape. Could it be that I, Xiaofan, really have to go to the demon metropolis to seek death? Xiaofan laughed bitterly in his heart. However, as soon as this thought appeared in his mind, the demon egg in his heart actually sent out a hazy thought. This thought was extremely obscure, but it made Xiaofan vaguely feel a kind of yearning. Yes, yearning. There was a kind of will that could only be understood but not expressed in words that went into Xiaofan's mind. I want to go to the demon metropolis. It seems that the demon egg is very eager to go to the demon metropolis. How? How could this be? The demon egg actually sent out a kind of message, wanting me to go to the demon metropolis. Xiaofan only felt frightened. At this moment, the voice seemed to be a little impatient. Xiaofan, what are you still hesitating for? This mission is related to the life and death of the human race. You are also hot-blooded, you don't want to see our human world completely become a demon world, right? Alright, don't test my patience anymore. Go or not, it's up to you. If you refuse, then I have no choice but to exile you to a special space and imprison you. In the future, you will spend endless years in that lonely space. In fact, Xiaofan, the reason why you have the power you have today is almost related to the demon race. In the Hex Hero preliminaries, you killed Demon Emperor Qing Lin and obtained the Demon Emperor's natal demonic technique, the world-annihilating demonic blade. You used this demonic technique to kill your strong enemy, Garen. In the ranking competition, you used the Green Dragon Demon Emperor's natal demonic technique. This must have been a fortuitous encounter after killing the Green Dragon Demon Emperor. Since your adventure is related to the demon race, you may have more adventures when you go to the demon metropolis. You will be like a fish in water and complement each other. Xiaohan's heart was slightly moved. To be honest, his battle strength was indeed due to his 93,000 demon veins and 4 demon emperor crystals. It was true that the voice kept inciting him, but it was exactly what Xiaofan wanted. In addition, the demon egg in his heart was also eager to try, which made Xiaohan's decision gradually become clear: forget it. Instead of being imprisoned for life, it's better to give it a try. This time, I'm going to the demon metropolis. The demon egg in my heart is a body of energy that is superior to the demon race's great sovereign. Perhaps, I might really have an unimaginable fortuitous encounter. I'm also forced into a corner. Okay, I'll go to the demon metropolis. If I, Xiaofan, come back alive and have enough power, I will definitely poke a hole in this demon hero tower. I will turn the world upside down. This time, I, Xiaofan, have suffered in the hands of this powerful figure. I was threatened and tempted by him, and I lost my dignity. I'm too weak. If I have enough power to crush everything today, I will definitely beat him up. Strength. No matter where you are, you need great strength. Only with strength can you protect your dignity. Only with strength can you look down on the world. Only with strength can you be the only one in the world. A roar erupted from the depths of Xiaohan's heart. For the first time, he felt how insignificant he was, how weak he was. He also had an unprecedented thirst for power. Good. I, Xiaofan, hereby swear that I will train well in this trip to the demon metropolis. I will definitely have a fortuitous encounter and become 10 times stronger, 100 times stronger. One day, I, Xiaofan, will humiliate and trample on the upper echelons of the demon hero tower. They treated me like this today because they are much stronger than me. It's the law of the jungle. I, Xiaofan, accept it wholeheartedly. But one day, I, Xiaofan, will definitely pay them back. If I break this oath, let me, Xiaofan, be turned into ashes. I will not exist in the 6th Tao. After making this oath, Xiaofan felt a little better in his heart as he said indifferently. Okay, I agree to disguise myself as the Demon Emperor and sneak into the demon metropolis. I will find a chance to assassinate Brother Yan during his birthday banquet. Good. A wise man submits to circumstances. Xiaofan, I express my gratitude and respect to you on behalf of all the humans in this world. Your decision is equivalent to sacrificing your life for righteousness. The voice was loud and clear. Okay, this mission is to be carried out in secret. No one else can know about it. Xiaofan, you must not tell anyone. You must keep it a secret. The more people know about this mission, the more dangerous it will be for you, Xiaofan. After all, sneaking into the demon metropolis, the nest of the demon clan, is a very dangerous thing. I will also keep my mouth shut. Even the elders' council, I will not spread it too much. Don't even tell your sect, Xiaofan. It will not do them any good if they know about this mission. Of course, I understand. Xiaofan laughed at himself. Xiaofan, listen, from the moment you took this mission, you are not a human anymore. You are a demon emperor. The voice said seriously. On the way to the demon metropolis, there may be demon heroes of the human clan hunting you down. What you need to do is to completely treat yourself as a demon emperor. You can kill the demon heroes. What? Xiaohan's body trembled. Listen, in order to gain the trust of the demon clan, I will deliberately release some news and let the demon heroes hunt you down. You can kill them. Since they were able to sacrifice themselves in this great mission, it was a worthy death. Also, we will prepare some congratulatory gifts for you, and you can give them to Yen Lang. These congratulatory gifts are not trivial, and should be able to make Yen Lang value you. You want me to kill the demon heroes? Xiaofan was really shocked. For this mission. To make your identity as a demon emperor more realistic. The voice said coldly. I think it is necessary to sacrifice a few demon heroes. Moreover, after disguising yourself, you will be a demon emperor through and through. If you don't kill them, you will be besieged and killed by the demon heroes. Xiaofan was silent. Also, Xiaofan, the journey to the demon metropolis is very long. 5 days later, I will let you take the secret medicine, and then you will leave for the demon metropolis. In these 5 days, you should deal with all the trivial things around you. Once I take the secret medicine, I, Xiaofan, will become a high-level demon emperor. Xiaofan felt that this matter was getting more and more strange. Yes, 5 days later, you will change from a human to a high-level demon emperor. The voice laughed. Don't you think it is very interesting? This is a plan that the higher-ups of the Demon Hero Pagoda have been preparing for tens of thousands of years. Now, we have finally found a suitable candidate to complete it. To be honest, I am a little excited. I also hope that you can successfully kill Yen Lang. Alright, Xiaofan, you can leave. Right, let me remind you that your true Qi realm has reached the peak of the 5th stage, and you have accumulated enough, so you can expand your meridians. But don't expand your meridians for the time being. Once you expand your meridians, the capacity of your true Qi will increase greatly, and it will be disadvantageous for your disguise. It is possible that powerful demon emperors will find traces of true Qi on your body, and you will be dead. If you want to expand your meridians, wait until you finish this mission, then come back and expand your meridians peacefully. After entering the demon metropolis, you must never use true Qi divine art. You must remember this. You must think of yourself as a high-level demon emperor and pass off as the real one. Xiaofan, the more you accumulate, the more times you can expand your meridians. This is an unchanging truth. If you can complete this mission, then your accumulation will be heaven-defying. When that time comes, you can expand your meridians again, and you may make history. It is not impossible to expand your meridians by 100 times. Oh. Okay, I will leave first. Xiaofan nodded. Well, Xiaofan, you should relax for 5 days. After 5 days, I will find you. Buzz, waves of spatial teleportation undulated in this small room. In the next moment, Xiaofan had already left the small room and appeared on the first floor of the Demon Hero Pagoda, the teleportation area. Chapter 284. After a meeting with the higher-ups of the Wuxia Tower, Xiaofan finally agreed to participate in the shocking plan that the higher-ups of the Wuxia Tower had been planning for tens of thousands of years. Disguising as a high-level demon emperor, sneaking into the demon metropolis, attending Yan Lang's birthday banquet and taking the opportunity to assassinate him. Of course, the reason why Xiaofan agreed to participate in this mission was that he didn't want to be imprisoned and forced to do so. On the other hand, he wanted to go to the demon metropolis and obtain his own adventure. One should know that the vague will of the demon egg also hoped that Xiaofan would take the risk and go to the demon metropolis. Right now, Xiaofan had a premonition. It was as if he had obtained this strange and mystical demon egg in the unseen world. However, he was destined to go to the demon metropolis in the unseen world. This seemed to be a kind of predestined fate. There was a feeling that he couldn't escape from this disaster. Whether it was a blessing or a curse, he would have to go to the demon metropolis. Standing on the first floor of the Wuxia tower, in the teleportation area, Xiaofan let out a long breath of turbid air, calmed down his feelings, and then took out the Wuxia token. Through the communication function, he sent a message to Wu Yu. Sect Master, you are safe and sound. I have finished this time's Wuxia ranking challenge and returned to the Wuxia tower. Soon, Wu Yu replied. Xiaofan. You are back? What's the result? I am in the resting area of the 29th floor, come here quickly. Okay, Sect Master, let's talk when we meet. On the 29th floor of the Wuxia tower, in a private room in the quiet and comfortable resting area. Wu Yu, Dongfang Qin, and Fang Ling had surrounded Xiaofan. Junior brother Xiaofan, how is it? In this time's ranking challenge, did you really encounter strong opponents such as the Great Sun Emperor and Ingzhantian? Dongfang Qin asked eagerly. Wu Yu also stared at Xiaofan with his burning eyes. Xiaofan won this time's Wuxia ranking challenge and successfully obtained the ranking of 1650. This matter had not been publicized yet. Very few people knew about it. Heh. Xiaofan smiled. Sect Master, Senior Brother Dongfang, Senior Brother Fang, fortunately, I didn't fail you. I, Xiaofan, didn't disgrace the prestige of Wu Yu sect. I have already obtained the ranking of 1650. Just now, the higher-ups of the Wuxia tower personally gave it to me. See, hearing this, Dongfang Qin and Fang Ling gasped at the same time. Xiaofan, I never expected that you would actually create another miracle. To be honest, I'm not very optimistic about you participating in this ranking competition. After all, among your competitors, there are extremely famous and experienced villains like the Great Sun Son of Heaven and Ingzhantian. Furthermore, Ingzhantian has already turned into a talisman, and the quality and quantity of his Jinqi are extraordinary. Most expanded acupoint realm cultivators are unable to challenge Ingzhantian. To think that you, Xiaofan, would be able to suppress him. What is going on? Fang Ling blurted out. In the Jinqi realm, starting from the expanded acupoint realm, each realm is far more powerful than the one before it. It is nearly impossible for one to challenge those of higher cultivation realms. Xiaofan, how did you do it? You are only at the 5th level of true qi and have yet to start expanding your acupoints. You certainly did not rely on your true qi cultivation to defeat Ingzhantian. Right, did you rely on the methods of the demon clan? Dongfang Qin also analyzed. To be able to defeat the Great Sun Son of Heaven and Ingzhantian, there is a great deal of luck involved, Xiaofan said honestly. I refined the heart of the giant whale, and the strength of my flesh shell increased by several times. I now have the foundation to contend against Ingzhantian. Xiaofan told them about the various thrilling battles that happened on the giant whale island in a few words. Xiaofan also briefly talked about the 1,000-beast devouring technique. Dongfang Qin and Fang Ling were speechless as they listened. Even Wu Li's eyes flashed with a strange light. You are indeed a peerless divine talent. Xiaofan, with your current talent, Dongfang Qin and Fang Ling can no longer catch up to you. Even the beginning of the Ming dynasty was far inferior to you back then. If you are given time, your achievements will probably surpass my sect. Wu Li finally spoke. Even the usually calm Wu Li was moved at this moment. Xiaofan, although you've used the spirit turtle's true qi to seal up your shell and vital energy, I can still sense that your body possesses the power to collapse the heavens. The sharpness in your eyes is withdrawn. Just by standing there casually, you seem as lofty as an abyss, like a mountain from ancient times. You have really cultivated yourself into a humanoid savage beast. This kind of thing is rarely seen. Now, your physical strength should be around 40 million cauldrons, right? 53 million ding. Xiaofan was a little embarrassed. Oh, Fang Ling and Dongfang Qin choked. 53 million ding. This kind of strength is enough to kill most acupoint expansion realm experts. Good lad. No wonder you can defeat Ingzhan Tian. With this kind of strength, you won't be at a disadvantage when you fight against someone who just entered the talisman transformation realm. The pure strength of your flesh shell can reach 53 million ding, which is almost unparalleled in the entire monster cultivator ranking. You won't lose to those with special bloodlines in the depths of the great wilderness. Wu Li said with a gratified expression. After pausing for a moment, he said seriously. Xiaofan, now that you have defeated a talisman transformation realm expert like Ingzhan Tian, your will has been unimaginably tempered. Moreover, I can see that your spirit and bearing are extremely full and mellow. You seem to have broken the shackles of your soul and completely have the embryonic form of an expert. Your eyes are also bright and clear, as if you can see through everything. Now, your accumulation is definitely enough, and this accumulation is too vigorous. I have not seen anyone with a more vigorous accumulation than you. It's time to expand your acupoints. Junior brother Xiaofan, directly break through to the acupoint expansion realm. Dongfang Qin's face was also fiery. You have broken out of the cocoon and become a butterfly. Your true acupoint will transform and expand its capacity. The only question is how many times can you expand your acupoint for the first time? With such a terrifying accumulation, it won't be a problem for you to expand your acupoint by 10 times. The first time you expanded your acupoint by 10 times, you are a heaven-defying genius. But this time, I am also very optimistic about you. Break through to the next realm. Fang Ling also said fervently. I'm afraid it won't be as simple as expanding your acupoint by 10 times. Wu Li also asserted. In the past, Ming Chu was also a sensational genius. He was proud of his success and was in the limelight for a while. However, when he stepped into the acupoint expansion realm, his first expansion was only 7 times. Xiaofan, I am almost 100% confident that your results will far exceed Ming Chu. Moreover, it is very possible for your acupoint to expand by more than 10 times. You should break through to the next realm now. Once the acupoint is expanded by more than 10 times, it will cause a stir in the entire demon warrior world. Expand my acupoint? Xiaofan was stunned. To be honest, Xiaofan also had an itch to step into the acupoint expansion realm in one go to see how many times he could expand his acupoint, whether it was more than 10 times. But he was going to the demon metropolis. At this critical moment, he could not casually expand his acupoint. Once the acupoint was expanded, the capacity of the true acupoint would increase, and it would be easy for the high-level demon race to see through his flaws. Going to the demon metropolis to kill Yen Lang was a risky business. He must be cautious and not make any mistakes. Xiaofan did not want to put himself in danger because of a whim. A gentleman does not stand under a dangerous wall. Moreover, he could not use a trace of true qi in the demon metropolis. The human race was very sensitive to demon qi and was full of hostility. Similarly, the demon race was also very sensitive to true qi. If a trace of true qi leaked out in the demon metropolis, it would definitely cause a group of demons to besiege him. Forget it, expanding my acupoint now is simply courting death. Xiaofan secretly shook his head. Sect Master, Senior Brother Dongfang, Senior Brother Fang, breaking through to the next realm. Disciple should take it slowly, there is no hurry. Xiaofan said in a low voice. Still not in a hurry? Junior brother Xiaofan, you have already accumulated enough. It is only the first time to expand your acupoint. With your foundation, it is more than enough. You are not in a hurry, but we are all anxious for you. Quickly break through to the next realm. Quickly. Once you expand your acupoint, your name will definitely shake the mountains and rivers. Dongfang Qin was impatient. This sect master, let's put it this way. In 5 days, disciple will go to complete a task. This mission was no small matter. Once completed, disciples' accumulation will be more abundant. At that time, I will directly expand my acupoint and see if I can create a new record. Xiaofan quickly said. Is that so? Wuxia laughed. Xiaofan, your ambition is not small. What task is it? You've just finished the Devil Hero ranking challenge and won the ranking, and you've already accepted the task. Young people really dare to fight and risk their lives. This mission. Xiaofan rolled his eyes. He would not divulge the fact that he had assassinated Yen Lang. Moreover, if he told this to Lord Wu, he was afraid that Lord Wu would be so frightened that he would even stop Xiaofan. In this way, Wu Xiao would definitely offend the higher-ups of the Monster Hero Tower and be implicated. Sect Master, it's not a big deal. The higher-ups of the Monster Hero Tower probably want to cultivate me, so they specially arranged a task for me to kill a high-level demon emperor. The demonic power of this high-level demon emperor is about the same level as the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor. With my current combat strength, it will be easy for me to deal with it. Oh. I see. Wu Xiao nodded. Xiaofan, you can even defeat Ying Zhantian, who is at the Talisman Transformation Realm. Indeed, you can deal with ordinary high-level demon emperors. As long as you don't encounter mutated demon emperors, it will be fine. However, you must be careful. Fang Ling smiled. N. Xiaofan nodded heavily. Sect Master, Senior Brother Dongfang, Senior Brother Fang Ling, let's return to the Pure Maiden sect now. I will complete this task in 5 days. I will also return to the sect to rest for a few days and empty my mind. Ha ha ha, Junior Brother Xiaofan, you want to consummate your marriage with your 2 lovely wives, right? Ha ha ha. I understand. Dongfang Qin joked kindly. It's time to consummate. Xiaofan, you've neglected the 2 ladies for a long time. Now, it's time to make it up to them. Fang Ling said seriously. Xiaofan collapsed. Alright, let's return to the Pure Maiden sect. Wu Xiao smiled slightly. Southern Region. Blazing Flame City, an important city of Beacon Fire Empire. Xiao Mansion. The Xiao clan was the #1 clan in Blazing Flame City. They had many descendants and the most outstanding disciples in the clan cultivated in several major sects of Beacon Fire Empire. Among them, the most outstanding one was Xiao Yunrong, who joined Mingjian Villa. Xiao Yunrong was a demon hero. This glory was enough to raise the status of the Xiao clan in the entire Beacon Fire Empire. For a family in the secular world to produce a hero, it was indeed a blessing that was hard to come by in 1,000 years. Night. Outside the Xiao mansion. 2 white-clothed swordsmen appeared on the street opposite the gate of the Xiao mansion. Senior brother, we've been monitoring here for a few months, but we haven't seen senior sister Xiao Yunrong return to the clan. Senior sister Xiao Yunrong is already a demon hero. She has a respected status and is no longer restricted by the sect. She is free and unfettered in Jianghu, slaying demons everywhere. How could she return to the clan in the secular world? It seems that it's useless for us to wait any longer. This matter, I know some secrets. Junior brother, I'll tell you this. Now, monitoring the Xiao mansion is the Villa Master's idea. The matter is worth pondering. If it weren't for my great-grandfather being the current elder of Mingjian Villa, I wouldn't have known about it. Is that so? Senior brother, quickly tell this little brother about this secret. Ha 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 ha, senior brother, quickly say it, don't keep me in suspense. I'll remind you that senior sister Xiao Yunrong has a close relationship with a big enemy of our Mingjian Villa. If the villa master wants to kill this enemy, he'll most likely start with senior sister Xiao Yunrong. However, I heard a secret that senior sister Xiao Yunrong seems to have feelings for this enemy. She actually disobeyed the villa master's order and refused to kill this enemy. Enemy? Who is this enemy? Heh. It'll scare you. Xiaofan. The strongest genius in this year's Demon Hero trial. Xiaofan of the sect. This guy can even kill a demon emperor. It's said that in the Demon Hero trial, he killed tens of thousands of people and became a demon hero. He's a fierce and ambitious person with a green face and fangs. He's killed countless people. He's 2 feet tall and spits fire and water.
Chapter 285. They turned out to be 2 inherited disciples of Mingjian Villa in the realm of True Qi. They were stalking outside the Xiao's mansion and keeping a close watch. Naturally, their purpose was to find Xiao Yunrong. Xiao Yunrong's experience could be said to be unfortunate. As soon as she became a Yao Xia, she didn't even have time to celebrate before she was forced by the villa master of the 10,000 Swords Villa, Ximenpiaoxue. He gave her a rotting heart and bone-eroding pill and told her to harm Xiaohan and trick him into taking it. Moreover, they threatened her with Xiao Yunrong's family. In the end, Xiao Yunrong had no choice but to take the rotting heart and bone-eroding pill in order to protect her clan and not to harm Xiaohan. This rotting heart and bone-eroding pill was one of the most insidious pills in the world. Once consumed, the medicinal energy would spread out and seep into one's blood vessels and bones. 3 years later, medicine would be useless and the person would die a violent death. In other words, after Xiao Yunrong consumed the heart corrosion bone pill, she only had 3 years of lifespan left. Moreover, since then, Xiao Yunrong seemed to have vanished from the world and completely disappeared. This caused the entire Mingjian Villa to search everywhere. Ximenpiaoxue even used his connections in the Devil Warrior world to search for Xiao Yunrong's whereabouts all over the world. These 2 direct disciples of Mingjian Villa, who were responsible for keeping an eye on the Xiao residents, were now whispering and talking non-stop. No way. Senior brother, this Xiaohan is 6 meters tall, with a green face and fangs. Is he even human? Could it be a monster? Or someone with a special bloodline? Heh. In short, he is an extremely savage fellow. That's not right, senior brother. I heard that there are only 10,000 people participating in the Hex Hero preliminaries this time. Xiao Han killed tens of thousands of competitors in the competition. This number doesn't add up, this. Don't think too much about it. Anyway, Xiao Han is the mortal enemy of our Mingjian Villa. Let me tell you, the most outstanding genius in the history of our Mingjian Villa, Xiaofan, woke up from a dream for 4 years and obtained the inheritance of the Sword God. He killed the heavens with a single sword strike and was praised by the villa master as the cornerstone of the Mingjian Villa's future rise. However, he was destroyed by Xiao Han. Tell me, how could the Manor Lord tolerate such a hateful matter? Xiao Han has destroyed the future of our Mingjian Villa. We won't rest until one of us dies. Oh. If that's the case, then let's just deal with Xiao Han. Why do we have to look for senior sister Xiao Yunrong? Heh. Since it has come to this, let me remind you that senior sister Xiao Yunrong still has less than 3 years to live. Ah? How is this possible?
Senior sister Xiao Yunrong had just become a devil hero and was in the limelight among the younger generation of the southern region. She was in high spirits. Why did she only have 2 years left to live? Senior brother, you must be joking. Bullshit. This was the top secret of Mingjian Villa. My great-grandfather told me. Senior sister Xiao Yunrong sacrificed her lifespan for Xiao Han and was about to die. As long as we find senior sister Xiao Yunrong, we can use her as bait to lure Xiaohan into the trap. At that time, we can set up a heavy ambush and kill Xiaohan. Can we really use senior sister Xiao Yunrong as bait to lure Xiaohan into a trap? Of course. It is said that Xiaohan is lustful. He and senior sister Xiao Yunrong had an affair long ago. Now, senior sister Xiao Yunrong is willing to sacrifice her life for him. Do you think Xiaohan will take the bait? That's true. Then, let's wait here for the hare to come to us. But it's too unbelievable. I don't know if senior sister Xiao Yunrong will return to her family. Devil Hero Region. Wu Shuang controlled the clouds and left with the wind. He brought Xiaohan, Dongfang Qin and Fang Ling back to the Pure Cloud sect. Dongfang Qin held his Devil Hero token in his hand and scanned it with his spirit wave. Then, he smiled at Xiaohan. Junior brother Xiaohan, you just got the ranking on the Devil Hero list. It hasn't been a long time, so we can't read your name from the list for the time being. However, your name will definitely appear on the list after 10 days or half a month. TSK, the ranking of 1650 will definitely cause a stir if it is obtained by a young man like you. It will be shocking. Logically speaking, once Xiaohan entered the Devil Hero list, he would have a place on the list. Then, he could read the names and rankings of all the Devil Heroes on the list through the Devil Hero token. Similarly, other Devil Heroes on the list could also read Xiaohan's name at 1650. However, it might be because he just got the ranking, so Xiaohan could not read the names of other Devil Heroes on the list. His name was not on the list for the time being. Xiaohan, don't worry. You'll be on the list in 10 days or half a month. Fang Ling smiled slightly. Well, I'm not in a hurry to get on the list. I don't care much about these empty titles. In comparison, I'm more concerned about the experience and accumulation this time, as well as the enlightenment I've gained from fighting against the strong, Xiaohan said seriously. Then, he said to Wu Shuang. Sect Master, can you return to the Pure Cloud sect within a day? I only have 5 days to rest. 5 days later, I'll set off to finish the task. The task to kill a high-level demon emperor. Yes. Wu Shuang smiled slightly. With a thought, the cloud under his feet was like a stream of light. After a few flashes, he flew out of the Devil Hero region. Ha ha ha. Junior brother Xiaohan, I can't wait any longer. I want to see your 2 lovely wives immediately. I understand. Dongfang Qin winked and said. Xiaohan blushed and said embarrassedly, Senior brother Dongfang, don't make fun of me. I'm in a hurry to return to the Pure Cloud sect not just for Yanxue and Shirong. Well. Senior brother Ah Cho. My good friend, senior brother Ah Cho, has a nasty disease on his face. He needs a Devil Hero who is proficient in the reincarnation divine fire to burn the scars on his face. I've already found the best person to treat senior brother Ah Cho, Huang Taiyuan. The true qi that Huang Taiyuan cultivates is the reincarnation divine fire. He has already promised me to go to the Pure Cloud sect to treat senior brother Ah Cho. I'm in a hurry to go back because I want to see if Huang Taiyuan will keep his promise and help senior brother Ah Cho treat his face. Xiaohan tried his best to explain. Huang Taiyuan, ranked 2598th on the Devil Hero ranking board. I've heard of him before, Fang Ling said with a smile. A cave expansion realm expert, an experienced Devil Hero and a respected figure. Xiaohan, when you were participating in the Devil Hero ranking competition, Huang Taiyuan had already returned from the Pure Cloud sect and returned to the Devil Hero pagoda. He took the initiative to look for us with a very good attitude. He said that he had already treated your friend, Cho, the nasty disease on his face. Heh. Junior brother Xiaohan, you've taught Huang Taiyuan a lesson, right? I saw that when he mentioned you, his heart was still trembling with fear. Ha. I tidied him up a little. This guy wanted to extort me and was beaten up by me. He immediately became obedient. However, he's not bad. He really cured senior brother Ah Chao's face. This is great. Ha ha ha. Xiaofan laughed happily. This facial disease had troubled senior brother Ah Chou for many years. It made senior brother Ah Chou feel extremely inferior and even affected his outlook on life. Now, his appearance has finally recovered. Ha ha ha. I'm also happy for senior brother Ah Chou. Xiaofan, don't be too happy yet, Fang Ling said with a playful smile. N? Xiaofan was stunned. I have to say, Xiaofan, you've completely beaten Huang Taiyuan into submission. He thought of all ways to flatter you, Fang Ling smiled mysteriously. Huang Taiyuan not only cured your brother Ah Chou's face, but also gave you and your brother Ah Chou a big gift. What's going on? What big gift? Xiaofan was extremely puzzled. Ha 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 ha, Fang Ling, Dongfang Qin, and Wu Hao laughed at the same time. But they didn't expose it immediately. Sect Master, Senior Brother Dongfang, Senior Brother Fang Ling, what are you laughing at? Don't keep us in suspense. Say it. Xiaofan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Junior Brother Xiaofan, Huang Taiyuan is indeed good at flattering. Not only did he cure Ah Chou's face, he also used all kinds of methods to wash Ah Chou's hair and marrow. He didn't even hesitate to use his true qi to enlighten Ah Chou. He personally helped Ah Chou refine his marrow and change his blood, allowing Ah Chou to break through the barrier of heaven and man and enter the true energy realm. What? Hearing this, Xiaofan was dumbfounded. Senior brother Ah Chou also stepped into the ranks of the true energy realm? This is unbelievable. It was utterly inconceivable. Huang Taiyuan's move is too ruthless. Not only will I not argue with him about the blackmail, I even owe him a favor. This person's worldly wisdom is too amazing, Xiaofan exclaimed. But, how did he do it? Senior brother Ah Chou is only an outer disciple in the Pure Rain sect and has only just started changing his blood. He hasn't even reached the half-step true energy realm. This Huang Taiyuan really has some tricks up his sleeve to send senior brother Ah Chou into the true energy realm palace in one go, causing senior brother Ah Chou's level of existence to increase tremendously. Heh, Xiaofan, this is not a difficult matter for a devil hero at Huang Taiyuan's level. You have to know that even I was able to bring you to temper your willpower, allowing you to forcefully break through and step into the true energy realm. Huang Taiyuan's realm is much higher than mine. On the devil hero ranking, he is ranked within the top 3,000. It is not difficult for him to bestow Ah Chou a fortune. However, Chou was forcefully raised to the true energy realm. This is extremely disadvantageous to his future cultivation and he will encounter many bottlenecks. If one completely relies on external forces and other people's help to enter the true energy realm, they will usually stop at the second level of true energy. It is very difficult to advance to the third level of true energy. However, from another point of view, if Huang Taiyuan did not help, with Ah Chou's aptitude, he would never be able to take this step and enter the true energy realm. It is very likely that he will die of old age in the flesh-body realm. Yes. I see. I understand. No matter what, I am very grateful that Huang Taiyuan helped senior brother Ah Chou to advance to the true energy realm. I will definitely repay Huang Taiyuan in the future. Xiaofan nodded heavily. This is great. After I return, I can directly impart some true energy cultivation methods to senior brother Ah Chou. With my relationship with him, I can let senior brother Ah Chou cultivate whatever spirit turtle true energy or hornless dragon profound ice true energy. There are also supreme grade true energy spirit stones. It is said that after Ah Chou attained the true energy realm, his entire clan was shocked and had already summoned Ah Chou back to the clan. It seems that they want to make Ah Chou the future clan leader of the Shao clan. All in all, Cho has already become the most important part of his clan. Xiaofan, if you return now, you won't be able to see your senior brother Cho immediately. It is better for you to peacefully consummate your marriage. With your energy, it will not be a problem to deal with two of them. Fang Ling laughed. Oh right, Xiaofan, your physical strength is so violent. Yanxue and Shirong are both virgin girls. You must not kill them. Take it easy. Ha ha ha. Dongfang Qin also came to make fun of him. Xiaofan laughed involuntarily. Senior brother Dongfang, you are really a big hooligan. However, senior brother, don't worry. I also know how to be protective of the fairer sex. Hearing this, Wuxia also laughed out loud. Chapter 286. Southern Region. Beacon Fire Empire. Pure Mountain Range. Ancient vines accompanied old trees, small bridges and flowing water, beautiful winding mountain ridges, winding around like a sleeping flood dragon. The birds flew high, and the lonely cloud was free. White clouds filled the air, and the mountain peaks were like hibiscus coming out of the water. A white cloud with an ethereal charm was slowly hovering above the Nine Peaks mountain range. On this white cloud stood the few most outstanding leaders of the Pure Rain sect. Black Tiger, Xiaofan, Dongfang Qin, Fang Ling. Other than Xiao Mingchu, who had always been wandering outside, the four leaders of the Pure Cloud sect returned at the same time. Xiaofan looked down at the pure mountain range and let out a breath. His tense mind was now greatly relieved. He stood there quietly, and many memory fragments swept over him like a tide. Xiaofan remembered everything that had happened in the Pure Cloud sect. In the past, Xiaofan felt sorry for himself and felt indignant about his identity as a living target. But now, his state of mind had improved, and he returned to the Pure Cloud sect. He felt relieved about that experience. He regarded it as the most precious memory in his life. Xiaofan breathed in the unique and familiar scent of the pure mountain range and listened to the sound of the mountain spring. An inexplicable feeling filled every cell in Xiaofan's body. Xiaofan suddenly felt extremely touched. He felt a childlike admiration for the pure mountain range. I was born and raised in the pure mountain range. It is my hometown. I will protect it for the rest of my life. At this moment, Xiaofan understood why Black Tiger's true Qi realm was so strong, and why he had been guarding the pure mountain range despite his high position on the monster hero ranking. This was also Black Tiger's hometown. Xiaofan, you only have a few days to recuperate. When you return to the sect, I won't make a big deal out of it. It will save the disciples from bothering you. You can rest in peace and recuperate. Have a good time with your two wives. I won't disturb you. Black Tiger smiled at Xiaofan. Thank you, sect leader. This was exactly what Xiaofan wanted. He was about to complete a mission that was almost certain death. Before he left, he didn't want to be too ostentatious. He just wanted to spend the few days that belonged to him in peace. Junior brother Xiaofan, quickly return to your peak. Dongfang Qin urged with a smile. Pure Cloud Sect. At the peak of the True Disciple Mountain. Xiaohan's mountain peak. The mountain peak that Xiaofan was on was located in the inner region of the Nine Peaks mountain range. It was also a towering mountain, and the scenery was extremely beautiful. Thin bamboo vines hung obliquely, the bushes of flowers and grasses rustled, the tall trees were blown by the wind, and the moss slid across the water silently.
At the peak of the mountain stood a carved wooden building. That was Xiaohan's residence. At this moment, two slender, elegant, and extremely beautiful girls were swinging on the swings in boredom, and they were also chatting with each other in low voices. One of them was a beauty dressed in fluttering white clothes. Her pure white dress made her look like a goddess coming out of the water, floating in the air like a fairy. Her skin was sparkling and translucent. It was so white that it was almost transparent. As a result, the veins on her slender, beautiful, and adorable little hand were faintly discernible. She really had skin of ice and bones of jade. Moreover, this beauty in white had a special aura. It was a combination of holiness, nobility, elegance, and dignity. It was also a mixture of restraint and elegance. She was an outstanding beauty that could cause the downfall of a city. As for the other girl in red, she was not inferior in terms of beauty. Her eyes were spirited and her face was like a peach blossom. Her cheeks would occasionally reveal an incomparably rosy color. Under the cover of the crimson veil, the looming peaks of her snow-white peaks would cause the blood of any normal man to boil with rage. These two girls were naturally Xiaofan's wives. Jing Yanxue and Lan Xiong. Ever since they were brought to the Pure Cloud sect by Xiaofan from the Medicine King Valley, they had been living in Xiaofan's mountain peak. When Xiaofan left the Pure Cloud sect and roamed the Jianghu, the entire Pure Cloud sect took great care of them. Other than missing Xiaofan every moment, they were also used to the life in the Pure Cloud sect. Senior sister Shirong, uncle has already been gone for a few months. I don't know when he will return. Yanxue misses him very much. Jing Yanxue's bright and charming eyes revealed a melancholy and longing that did not match her personality. Uncle, come back quickly. I don't know if uncle encountered a dangerous storm while roaming the Jianghu. He can't have an accident. He absolutely can't. I miss him too. Compared to Jing Yanxue, Lan Shirong was much more mature. She restrained her longing and comforted Jing Yanxue. Don't worry, Yanxue. He is the strongest man, and his luck covers the heavens. He is the demon hero, and the demon hero is the strongest person in this world. He will definitely be fine. Even if he encounters danger, he will turn it into a blessing. He will return. At this moment, that's right. I will return, he. Xiaofan's voice sounded beside the two girls. Ah! Uncle! Jing Yanxue and Lan Shirong cried out in surprise at the same time. They jumped up from the swing and kept rubbing their eyes as they looked at Xiaofan, who seemed to have descended from the sky and appeared beside them. They almost didn't dare to believe Xiaofan's appearance. It was as if they were in a dream, but they didn't want to wake up. You really came back?
Is it really you? Jing Yanxue's eyes were filled with tears in an instant. I'm back. Xiaofan grinned. Suddenly, Jing Yanxue's delicate body jumped and directly jumped into Xiaofan's embrace. Xiaofan instinctively opened his arms and immediately embraced a warm, fragrant, and soft body. Yanxue, you are too unreserved. Look at Shirong. Xiaofan protested. Uncle, I missed you so much. Jing Yanxue cried tears of joy. At this moment, Lan Shirong also walked over. She gently stretched out her jade-like hand and held one of Xiaofan's hands. The three of them entered an indescribable state of happiness at the same time. They were completely intoxicated. Southern Region. Beacon Fire Empire. Mingjian Villa. As one of the top sects in Beacon Fire Empire, Mingjian Villa seemed to be much more prosperous than Pure Cloud sect if the competition between the fiendish heroes was disregarded. This was because Mingjian Villa's number of inner disciples, outer disciples, inner disciples, and even true disciples far surpassed that of Pure Cloud sect. Mingjian Villa also had a few fiendish heroes. However, in history, there was no genius like Pure Cloud sect's Xiao Mingchu. Of course, fiendish heroes almost never participated in the competition between sections. Therefore, in terms of the sect's foundation, Mingjian Villa was indeed better than Pure Cloud sect. This Mingjian Villa was also built on an undulating mountain range. On top of the mountain range, there were Mingjian Palace, Hidden Sword Pavilion, Sword Scripture Pavilion, Buried Sword Valley, Sword Tomb, as well as many training grounds and manors. At this moment, it was already late autumn. The leaves of the trees inside and outside Mingjian Villa had fallen in large amounts. It was a desolate and somber scene. The entire mountain range was filled with light that shot into the sky. This was not an ordinary light, it was a sword light. A world-shaking sword light. It could be said that the entire Mingjian Villa was enshrouded in rays of sword light. Puchi puchi, puchi puchi, the withered leaves that filled the sky were crushed into powder by the sword light. Moreover, if a sword cultivator with a high cultivation base came to Mingjian Villa, he would find that there was a powerful sword formation set up in the mountain. The sword chi crisscrossed, like thousands of bright moons floating everywhere in the mountain range, emitting extremely sharp sword chi. This was the mountain guarding formation of Mingjian Villa. This sword formation was extremely powerful. It was easy to defend and difficult to attack. It was like a natural stronghold. As long as an enemy dared to attack Mingjian Villa, once this mountain guarding sword formation was activated, the dense sword chi would twist, and no matter how many enemies there were, they would all be turned into powder. It could be said that the many arrangements on Mingjian Villa all showed the foundation of this great sect that had stood for 10,000 years. The main peak where the master of Mingjian Villa lived. In the magnificent main hall. In the front of the main hall, a throne was set up. On this throne, a middle-aged man in snow-white clothes was sitting high, holding a teacup in his hand and sipping tea indifferently. His whole body was rolling with sword chi. This sword chi was majestic and domineering, with a trace of cutting everything and killing everything. The middle-aged man was full of arrogance. In his eyes, there was sword intent appearing and disappearing, and runes intertwined, as if sealing the kingdom of swords. In his pupils, the sword chi shot out from his eyes was enough to kill. The master of Mingjian Villa. Shimen Piaoxue. He was also a senior demon hero. He had a place on the demon hero ranking list. Below Shimen Piaoxue, there were more than a dozen sword cultivators sitting, and each of them also had the existence of heaven-defying sword chi. They were the current elders, deacons, and people who held the power of this Mingjian Villa. Master, we have spent a lot of manpower and material resources to search for Xiao Yunrong everywhere, but still to no avail. An elder frowned. It seems that after Xiao Yunrong took the slow-acting poison, she was determined to die and has quietly hidden. Maybe she is waiting for the medicine to completely spread and quietly die. Humph. Xiao Yunrong is really a traitor. She actually betrayed Mingjian Villa for an outsider. Another elder had a murderous look in his eyes. She is really courting death. Master, in this old man's opinion, don't look for Xiao Yunrong anymore, let her die. Moreover, even if we find her, she will die of poison, and there is no cure. Let's find an excuse to eradicate Xiao Yunrong's family and cut the weeds and roots. Since the Xiao family has a traitorous wretch, then they should bear such punishment and evil consequences. Destroy the Xiao family. This kind of secular family sent their pitiful clan disciples to cultivate true qi. They should have the consciousness of swearing loyalty to the sect long ago, but they actually dared to disobey. How can this be? Uproot the Xiao family and make a warning to others. Let's see if there will be any disobedient disciples in the future. An elder was extremely murderous. Shimen Piaoxue put down the teacup and shook his hand. Everyone fell silent. I heard that Xiaofan has been in the limelight recently. After he became a demon hero, he actually went to the great wilderness and killed a high-level demon emperor, the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor, Shimen Piaoxue said indifferently. This, all the elders of Mingjian Villa kept quiet out of fear. Isn't he very powerful? Shimen Piaoxue's eyes were filled with sword qi. Frankly speaking, I have to admit that Xiaofan is heaven-defying. The Azure Dragon Demon Emperor has a noble bloodline and the probability of mutation is much more ferocious than ordinary high-level demon emperors. Even Li Fanming, who had been a powerhouse for thousands of years, returned in defeat when he personally went there. Unexpectedly, Xiaofan killed the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor. Even I am not a match for the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor in a one-on-one situation. We have to form a team to have a chance of killing him. Xiaofan. Regardless of what method Xiaofan used, the fact that the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor was killed by him had already been proven. There are many popular versions of this matter in the demon hero domain. The most reliable version is that Xiao Mingqiu of the Pure Rain sect joined forces with Xiaofan to kill the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor. Xiao Mingqiu is also a powerhouse in the Great Wilderness and is not to be underestimated. He has the ability to fight against the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor. Villa Master, if Xiao Mingqiu also joined forces, then Xiaohan's talent is not as high as the rumors say. An elder stammered. No, Xiaofan is growing. Sooner or later, he will become so strong that we can't fight against him. Shimen Piaoshue's eyes reflected deep worry. Well, Villa Master, what I mean is, Xiaofan destroyed Xiaofan and the future of our Mingjian villa. However, since Xiaofan has risen like a comet and has become so strong that we can't stop him, why don't we reconcile with him? An elder said. Reconcile with him? Suddenly, Shimen Piaoshue burst out in anger. I also want to reconcile with him. However, do you think that Xiaofan will reconcile with him? Let me ask you, among the 5 top sects in the Beacon Fire Empire, which one is the strongest? The elders pondered for a while. One of them said, Villa Master, I have to say that if we consider the demon hero domain, it will undoubtedly be the Pure Rain sect. The sect master of the Pure Rain sect, Wuyu, might not be ranked very high, but his combat strength is infinitely close to the powerhouses of the Great Wilderness. Furthermore, the chief disciple of the Pure Rain sect, Xiao Mingqiu, is also a powerful powerhouse. These 2 powerhouses are the most terrifying foundation of the Pure Rain sect. Frankly speaking, they have the strength to defeat the other sects in the Beacon Fire Empire. Of course, without these 2 people, the Pure Rain sect is trash. Humph. Shimen Piaoshue snorted coldly. Wu Yu and Xiao Mingqiu are extremely terrifying. However, for the past 10,000 years, the 5 top sects in the Beacon Fire Empire have always maintained a kind of balance, and no one has broken this balance. The reason for this is that Wu Yu and Xiao Mingqiu are people of leisure, indifferent to fame and fortune. That's especially true of Crow Big Brother. My ranking and cultivation level are much lower than his, but even if I were to argue with him face to face, he'd just laugh it off. He wouldn't hold anything against me. They also do not fight for anything. However, Xiaofan is different. This person is arrogant and unruly, quick to repay favors and grudges, and decisive in killing. His talent will not lose to Xiao Mingqiu, and is not inferior to Wu Yu when he was young. With the speed of his growth, sooner or later, he will take over the Pure Rain sect. When that time comes, with him in power, do you think that he will not deal with the other 4 sects? Moreover, Mingjian Peak and Xiaohan have long had enmity. When the day comes that he gains power, he will not be as easy to talk to as Wu Yu and Xiao Mingqiu. He will definitely point his spear at us. Hearing Shimen Piaoshue's words, the elders all silently agreed. Indeed, Wu Yu and Xiao Mingqiu stood aloof from worldly affairs, but whether it was in the southern region qualifiers or the main competition, Xiaohan showed off his ability, killing countless people. If one day, Xiaohan gains power, he will definitely suppress the other sects of the Fire Beacon Empire, and may even act against the Fire Beacon Empire's royal family. Right now, what we need to do is to destroy Xiaohan before he grows up. Shimen Piaoshue suddenly stood up. To deal with Xiaohan, it is best to start with Xiao Yunrong. Find her, use her as bait, and set a trap for Xiaohan. Find her. We must find Xiao Yunrong. Pure Rain Mountain. Sect. Xiaohan's mountain peak. Night. The night was as cold as water. The moonlight was beautiful. The night was so enchanting. The stars in the sky sparkled like mysterious eyes, blinking like a lover's gentle eyes. The crescent moon was like a small boat, freely moving in the sky. The insects on the mountain whispered like the most beautiful love song. In the pavilion, Xiaofan sat in the middle, Jing Yanxue sat on the left, and Lan Shirong sat on the right. Xiaofan snuggled up to her, indulging in pleasure. His heart was filled with sweetness, and he completely let go of all his worries. Moreover, Xiaofan was also a hot-blooded person. With two beautiful wives by his side, to be honest, he could not control himself. Xiaofan pulled Jing Yanxue's delicate body, and his large mouth moved forward, directly kissing Jing Yanxue's cherry lips. At first, the kiss was very rough, but soon, it became unrestrained, and his tongue also slid into Jing Yanxue's sweet mouth. A burst of crazed desire. Jing Yanxue was almost suffocated from the kiss. Lan Shirong watched from the side, nervous, expectant, and indescribably excited. After kissing Jing Yanxue, Xiaofan turned his head, grabbed Lan Shirong, and ate. Moreover, Xiaofan knew that he had to complete that damned mission, and his life was uncertain. Right now, with a beauty in front of him, he could not care so much. He directly moved his hands. Soon, the untouched Lan Shirong softened in Xiaofan's embrace, panting, and her face red. "Uncle, you are now a fiend hero, and me and senior sister Shirong are only at the flesh-body realm. Our status is too different from yours. Will you always treat us like this? Will you abandon us?" Jing Yanxue softly fell into Xiaofan's embrace, and asked pitifully. "I won't," Xiaofan said very seriously. "But we know that there are women among the fiends, and there are many stunning beauties." Jing Yanxue pouted. "Even if you are not a fiend hero, there are many women in the true Qi realm who are more suitable for you, uncle. You are the most suitable for me." Xiaofan's face was serious. "You are trying to coax us." Lan Shirong sweetly smiled. "Actually it's not." Xiaofan tried to explain. "Shirong, Yanxue, I met you too when I was at the flesh-body realm. At that time, I didn't know anything, and I didn't know if I could reach the true Qi realm. Now that I have reached the true Qi realm, I have also become a fiend hero. Indeed, I have met many women. Their cultivation is higher than you too, and their appearance is not inferior to yours. However, I don't like them. Once I become a fiend hero, many things will be overshadowed by utilitarianism. I like your innocence, your naivety, and your foolishness. Don't worry, Xiaofan, will never let you down." When the two women heard Xiaofan's words, their hearts were intoxicated. They closed their eyes and immersed themselves in an indescribable happiness. Cough cough, let's not waste time, Suddenly, Xiaofan vaguely said. "Let's go and do something more meaningful." The two women's delicate bodies trembled. "Uncle, what do you want to do?" Jing Yanxue opened her eyes and asked with a red face. However, her charming eyes were like silk. It was obvious that she already knew what was going to happen next. "I don't believe that you don't know." "Ha ha ha. Tonight, leave it to me." Xiaofan laughed loudly. He directly carried the two women on his shoulders and walked towards the wooden building. "Tonight, I will make you my women. We have been like this for a long time." Lan Shirong suddenly giggled. "Uncle, you have to have tender and protective feelings for the fairer sex. Yanxue heard that the first time will be very painful." Night. Beacon Fire Empire, Blazing Flame City. Xiao family's mansion. The Xiao family's current clan leader, Old Master Xiao, and the backbones of the various factions of the Xiao family were all gathered in the main hall. The red candles were burning. All the members of the Xiao family, with Old Master Xiao as their leader, were all beaming with joy. They were like stars surrounding the moon, surrounding a white-clothed youth in the middle. This white-clothed youth was in his 20s. He was handsome and had fair skin. His eyebrows were long and slender. His eyes contained kindness and a spirited expression. Moreover, there was a faint jewel aura flowing around his body. That was the fluctuation of true qi. This youth was obviously in the true qi realm. Ha ha ha, good. Yunfan. You are truly the most outstanding child of our Xiao family. You and Yunrong are equally outstanding. Ha ha ha. Now, not only have the hidden injuries on your face been cured, you have also stepped into the true qi realm. The true qi realm. To us secular families, you are just like an immortal. Lofty and supreme. Usually, when we talk about the true qi realm, we worship it. We absolutely do not dare to dream or imagine it. But now, a true qi realm has appeared in our Xiao family. Moreover, there are two of them. Ha ha ha. The Xiao family is truly prosperous. Old Master Xiao's face was flushed. It turned out that this white-clothed handsome youth was actually Xiao Yunfan, who was also Ah Cho. Grandfather, the injuries on my face and my current true qi realm cultivation were all bestowed upon me by my brother, Xiaofan. It is not my credit. Ah Cho said humbly. Heh, child, no matter what, this is your luck. You have met a benefactor. Ha ha ha. At the clan gathering, I already knew that Xiaohan was not an ordinary person. Now that I think about it. Ha ha ha, child, Xiaohan is your benefactor. Truly a benefactor. When Ah Chao's father saw that his son was outstanding, he was also greatly comforted. His eyes were filled with tears. Ah Chao's mother was even wiping her tears at the side. Of course, these were tears of happiness. Xiaohan. Xiaohan, this is even more extraordinary. Old Master Xiao widened his eyes. Yunfan, I heard that Xiaohan is a demon hero. Moreover, he is not an ordinary demon hero. It seems that he is a very powerful one. It is our Xiao family's fortune that you have a relationship with Xiaohan. TSK, a demon hero. According to the legends, this is an almighty person who kills demons and devils. Each of them is extremely powerful. Each of them is extraordinary. Even if they meet the monarch of a country, the demon hero does not need to salute. Instead, they receive the greatest respect. Yunrong is also a demon hero. However, her status is definitely not comparable to Xiaohan. Of course. My brother, Xiaohan, is extremely powerful. A person who defies the heavens. I heard that he has already made a name for himself in the demon hero world. It seems that he has even hunted down some demon emperor. In the future, Xiaohan's name will definitely shake the mountains and rivers. He will be all-powerful. Ah Chao's face was filled with pride. At this moment, father, during this period of time, the servants have reported that there are always two men lingering outside our mansion. It seems that they are monitoring our Xiao mansion. I have sent some servants to receive them. In the end, they were given the cold shoulder. Steward Liang was even flipped over. It is really. Sigh, those two people are so arrogant. They don't even look at us. I don't know if they are enemies or friends. One of old Master Xiao's sons said with a frown. Yes, grandfather, let Yunfan go out and take a look. Let's see what kind of friend they are. Ah Cho stood up. Now that Ah Cho had reached the true Qi realm, he was more courageous than before. Moreover, there were no more sores on his face. He looked handsome and handsome. He was no longer the timid Ah Cho from before. Alright, Yunfan. You will definitely be in charge of the Xiao family in the future. Now, you should personally go out and find out the background of the other party. Old Master Xiao laughed continuously. Alright, I will go out and take a look. Ah Cho turned around and left. Cloud Sect. Xiaofan's mountain peak. Inside the wooden loft. Inside a room that was filled with fragrance. In the middle of the room, there was a very large bed. On top of it was a large red bedding with mandarin ducks playing in the water. At this moment, on the bed, Jing Yanxue and Lan Shirong's jade-like bodies were spread out. They were extremely shy. They had already taken a bath and were wearing clothes that were as thin as a cicada's wings. The entire room was filled with an alluring fragrance that refreshed the heart and refreshed the mind, as well as the virgin body fragrance that was emitted from the two women's bodies. Under the burning candlelight that had been added with precious spices, the festive red and soft bedding, the pink and transparent large gauze curtains, and Jing Yanxue and Lan Shirong's elegant body fragrance that was even more alluring after bathing in the fragrant soup. Although it was the season of late autumn, the inside of the room was full of spring. Xiaofan stood at the side of the bed. His eyes were dazzled and his mouth was dry. Although he had already seen the breathtaking and peerless beauty of this pair, this was the first time he had seen them wrapped up in a light-colored, almost transparent gauze that was as thin as a cicada's wings. This was another fascinating scene. Under the narrow gauze, Xiaofan could see their jade-like and snow-white skin, their exquisite and curvaceous figures, their slender waists that could only be grasped with one hand. Xiaofan's breathing became hurried and he felt as if he was about to suffocate. This was an extremely wonderful feeling. Moreover, his entire body was burning with an indescribable flame. He wanted to directly rush up and melt the two women. It was unknown whether it was the alluring blush from the two women's bath, or the timid blush from the upcoming storm. Their faces were as tender and moist as roses. I can't take it anymore. I'm coming. Xiaofan could no longer control himself and let out a roar. He directly pounced forward. Chapter 287. Facing this pair of lovely and sexy little wives, Xiaofan felt like he was being burned by a raging fire. He could not control himself at all. He suddenly pounced on them. At this moment, what qi cultivation, what demon power, what demon techniques, what threats and temptations from the higher-ups of the Monster Hero Tower, what death mission, everything was thrown to the back of his mind. The only thing left was his mind filled with charm and tenderness that he could not control. It should be known that in his previous life on Earth, although Xiaofan was not a 1,000-year-old virgin, he had only seen beauties like Jing Yanxue and Lan Shirong on television. He had never had the chance to touch them. But now, the beauties were on the bed with their jade bodies lying on the ground. Their clothes were half untied and they were panting. They were willing to let Xiaofan do whatever he wanted. It made Xiaofan feel as if he was in a dream. For a moment, he was in a trance. He did not know if he was in heaven or in the mortal world. Such beauties usually wore light makeup and could move people's hearts. Now that their bodies were covered by a thin veil and their peaks and valleys were faintly discernible, in addition to their peerless charm that was like a concubine coming out of a bath, how could his blood not boil? Moreover, they were two beauties. Xiaofan pounced on them and began to grope and rub the two women's bodies in a fluster. Uncle. Jing Yanxue's body slightly trembled. Her starry eyes were slightly opened. Her eyes were like silk and were filled with charm and joy. In addition, there were 10,000 kinds of love and 10,000 kinds of willingness. While Xiaofan was torturing Jing Yanxue, his mouth was not idle either. He was already kissing Lan Shirong. In a few moments, under the two women's reluctance, the thin and transparent veil of the two beauties had already been taken off, revealing the naked bodies of absolute beauties. Their snow-white and flawless jade-like skin was tender and smooth, delicate and fragile. Graceful and straight white jade necks like that of a swan. Perfectly round and delicate shoulders that looked as if they were woven. Slender waist that could only be grasped with one hand. Slender and elegant snow-white legs. There was not a single part that wasn't beautiful. There was not a single part that wouldn't cause people to have a nosebleed. Gulp gulp, Xiaofan could not help but swallow his saliva. His mouth was dry. It was like a blazing fire. On the other hand, the two pure beauties who were as elegant as fairies were so embarrassed that their ears were completely red, and their delicate faces were flushed red. Yinxue, I'll talk to you first. I'm coming, Shirong, it's your turn. Let Yinxue rest for a while. I'm not done yet. Hiss, is it painful? No. No. Yeah. Yes, yes. A little bit, uncle, slow down. The room was filled with spring. That night, Xiaofan did not rest. Fortunately, he was skilled in the spirit turtle's true qi, which allowed him to seal up his physical strength. Otherwise, it was very likely for something major to happen with Xiaofan's terrifying physical strength when he was so excited that he could barely control himself. Even so, the two women had their first taste of love. They were so affectionate and affectionate. In the end, they had tried every possible way to please him. Because of this, they couldn't help but blush. They couldn't help but cry out in pain and gasp for breath. At this moment, Xiaofan and the two women's hearts and bodies became one, no longer separated from each other. Scorching Flame City. The Xiao family. Outside the Xiao residence. My two friends, how should I address you? Xiao Yunfan of the Xiao clan. I'm from the secret sect. Nice to meet you. As soon as Ah Cho left the residence, he met the two direct disciples of the Mingjian villa who had been monitoring this place for several months. Ah Cho was also very courteous. He reported his name and the origin of the sect one by one. Oh? A disciple of the secret sect? He's also a direct disciple. One of the white-clothed swordsmen glanced at Ah Cho. His eyes flashed with obvious disdain and ridicule. It's indeed rare for a true Qi realm expert to appear in a small clan in the secular world. Furthermore, not to mention a secular clan, even in a sect, it's a big matter for a true Qi realm expert to appear. However, there's a strong smell of medicine on your body. Furthermore, you've only opened one true acupoint in your body. If I'm not wrong, you've relied on external force to forcefully raise your cultivation to the true Qi realm. Ha! This is not a big deal. Those who rely on external force to raise their cultivation to the true Qi realm will encounter bottlenecks everywhere in their future cultivation. Every true acupoint opening is as difficult as ascending to the heavens. In this lifetime, even if you obtain countless heavenly treasures, it will be impossible for you to reach the second or third level of true Qi. The other white-clothed swordsman also gave pointers. Thank you for your teachings. Ah Cho smiled slightly. In fact, when Huang Taiyuan helped him break through to the true Qi realm, he had already told Ah Cho about the drawbacks of using external force to raise one's cultivation. Ah Cho only willingly accepted Huang Taiyuan's help after weighing the pros and cons. That's right, if Huang Taiyuan didn't act, and Ah Cho relied on his own talent, then in this lifetime, it would be almost impossible for him to touch the door of the realm of true energy. Even half a step into true energy would be extremely difficult. One of the white-clothed swordsmen saw that Ah Cho's true Qi realm was only a so-so. It would be difficult for them to produce a true Qi realm expert unless they relied on external force and heavenly treasures to help them grow. Seeing that Ah Cho's true Qi realm was only a so-so and that his expression and temperament didn't seem sharp, he didn't show any signs of flaring up even when he was being ridiculed. Thus, he couldn't help but start boasting. The two of you can criticize me as you wish. It's nothing much. However, please don't insult the sect. Ah Cho's expression changed slightly. Ha ha ha. The two white-clothed swordsmen looked at each other and laughed. It was as if they had seen a very funny thing. He's only at the first level of true Qi and opened one true acupoint. Furthermore, he relied on medicine, yet he still claims to be protecting the sect and dares to roar in front of us. How ignorant. This person is truly ignorant. This kind of person can only put on an act in front of the physical body realm. In the pugilistic world, he's just an idiot. Forget it. My two friends, the two of you have been lingering outside my Xiao clan's residence recently. If you are a friend, you can come to my Xiao clan as a guest. My Xiao clan will welcome you with open arms. If you have other motives, my Xiao clan is not a clan that can be bullied and humiliated. Ah Cho said with a stern expression. That's right. In the eyes of the two of you, my cultivation level is indeed weak. However, I am still cultivating in the pure sect. I hope the two of you can give me some face. Even if the two of you don't give the pure sect face. Oh. My cousin, Xiao Yunrong. She's a disciple of the Mingjian Villa. She's also a true disciple and a demon hero. Humph. Hearing this, the two white-clothed swordsmen's expression immediately changed. You don't know what's good for you. You actually dare to use the sect to pressure us? Xiao Yunrong. Ha, you dare to use the traitor of the Mingjian Villa to pressure us? One of the white-clothed swordsmen's eyes were immediately filled with killing intent. Junior brother. Shut up. The other white-clothed swordsman quickly shouted and immediately rebuked Ah Cho. Get lost. Your Xiao clan does not dominate this Scorching Flame City. Our staying in Scorching Flame City has nothing to do with the Xiao clan. You, quickly get lost. Otherwise, don't blame us for being impolite. What? What traitor? What do you mean by this? Ah Cho was incomparably shocked and took a step forward. Please explain clearly, get lost. One of the white-clothed swordsmen was furious. You relied on external force to advance to the true Qi realm. You're worse than trash. You dare to be impudent again and again? Get lost. Just as he finished speaking, the index and middle fingers of his right hand formed a sword art and slashed in the air. Pooh, in an instant, a small space was filled with sword light and unparalleled sword qi. Wind and fire roared angrily. A sword qi that was as thick as a thumb suddenly slashed towards Ah Cho. Poochie, poochie, poochie. The air was filled with sword qi that was as thin as gossamer. It was soundless and silent. Bang, Cho was unable to block it. His chest was hit by this sword qi. His entire body felt as if it was struck by lightning. He was instantly sent flying and vomited blood. Ah Cho fell to the ground and vomited 3 mouthfuls of blood. Trash. You can't even block one move. You're also in the true Qi realm. Go back and drink your milk. The two white-clothed swordsmen swaggered off. Xiao family mansion. Ah Cho laid on the bed. His face was pale and his breathing was weak. Yunfan. Yunfan, my grandson, this is. Old Master Xiao was extremely shocked as he stood by the bed. Ah Cho's parents were also crying at the side. It's all right. Ah Cho forced a smile. The other party also showed mercy and didn't kill me. I just entered the true Qi realm and opened a true acupoint. Furthermore, I didn't cultivate any true Qi cultivation method. So, I couldn't even block one move. I'm really ashamed. However, I have many healing sacred medicines with me. They were bestowed to me by a great expert called Huang Taiyuan. I've already consumed a few sacred medicines just now. After resting for a few days, I'll be fine. However, those two people actually dared to injure my grandson, Yunfan, in front of you. Moreover, they've been lingering outside my Xiao residence for a few months. They've been monitoring us as if they're plotting something. This. I never would have thought that my grandson, Yunfan, would be brutally killed after going out to negotiate with them. It seems like they're enemies and not friends. Old Master Xiao was shocked, afraid, and angry. It seems like we have to inform Pure Rain Sect and Mingjian Villa about this matter. Are they trying to bully our Xiao family because we don't have any backing? Yunfan is a true disciple of Pure Rain sect and Yunrong is a demon hero. How dare they touch a member of our Xiao family? One of Ah Chao's uncles shouted angrily. Mingjian Villa? Ah Chao's brows twitched slightly. He was shocked in his heart. Just now, those two people actually said that my cousin's sister Yunrong was a traitor. This? There must be more to this matter than meets the eye. Don't inform Mingjian Villa for now. Ah Cho immediately said. Yunfan's grandson, why is this so? Yunrong has deep feelings for the family. If she knows that the family is in trouble, she will definitely sacrifice herself to help. This old man doesn't doubt this at all. After all, I've watched Yunrong grow up. Old Master Xiao said doubtfully. This grandfather, cousin sister Yunrong is now a demon hero. Her whereabouts are uncertain. If we want to contact senior sister Yunrong, we definitely won't be able to contact her in a short period of time. Let's first inform Yunfan's sect, Pure Rain sect. Because of my relationship with junior brother Xiaofan, all the true disciples of Pure Rain sect take extra care of me. After a pause, Cho sighed. If only my brother Xiaofan was in Pure Rain sect. With his methods and ability, those two people just now would have been easily dealt with. Brother, where are you? All right. Grandson, immediately send a message back and inform Pure Rain sect. If we can contact demon hero Xiaofan, our Xiao family will be fine. Moreover, grandson, you and Xiaofan are like brothers. If he knows that you were beaten, he will definitely stand up for you. Old Master Xiao said excitedly. All right. However, my brother Xiaofan is most likely not in Pure Rain sect. Ah Cho took out a talisman from his bosom. On the talisman, there was a faint fluctuation of true qi swimming around like a dragon or a snake. This is a message talisman given to me by a true disciple of my Pure Rain sect, Senior Brother Wu. I will send a message to Senior Brother Wu for help now. As soon as he finished speaking, a wisp of true qi shot out from Ah Chao's body and ignited the message talisman. Wisps of true qi started to burn and formed a talisman the size of a palm in the air. It was extremely agile. Senior Martial Brother Wu, I am Ah Cho. Senior Martial Brother Wu, I am ashamed to say this, but my clan has encountered some trouble. There are two true Qi realm experts of unknown origin who are secretly monitoring my clan outside my clan's mansion. I went out to negotiate with them and because of a disagreement, they severely injured me. I hope that Senior Martial Brother Wu can uphold justice for me. I wonder if my brother, Xiaofan, has returned to the sect. Cho quickly finished a sentence and the talisman immediately disappeared into nothingness. Alright, grandfather, father, mother, and uncles, I have already sent a message to Senior Brother Wu for help. Senior Brother Wu will receive my voice transmission at the first instance. Ah Cho heaved a sigh of relief. Alright. Grandson, rest in peace and recuperate. Once the sect's almighty true Qi realm cultivators arrive, I want to see who will still dare to bully the weak. Old Master Xiao blew his beard and glared. The future successor of the Xiao family was injured. This was equivalent to slapping the Xiao family in the face. This made him extremely displeased. Do you think our Xiao family has no backing? Ah Chao's uncles also shouted in unison. To be continued. Chapter 288. Southern Region. Mountain Range, Pure Cloud Sect. In the inner periphery of the Pure Cloud Mountain Range, there were a total of 97 majestic and precipitous mountain peaks that pierced through the clouds. These were the true inheritance peaks of Pure Cloud Sect. Each true inheritance peak was dedicated to a true disciple. It was worth mentioning that not long ago, Ah Cho, who had relied on evil hero Huang Taiyuan to forcefully raise to the true Qi boundary with external forces and medicines, had now become a true disciple of Pure Cloud Sect. He also obtained a true inheritance peak, with hundreds of servant girls and hundreds of servants. These true inheritance peaks were very tranquil, unaffected by the weather of the outside world, like spring all year round. The peaks were wreathed in mist, green trees entwined with green vines, flowing water, waterfalls, and colorful springs. There were many immortal apes, immortal cranes, tigers, lions, and unicorns, walking up and down the mountains, not afraid of people. It really was a beautiful immortal route, the scenery magnificent. On one of the true inheritance peaks, there were hundreds of beautiful flowers and hundreds of thousands of medicinal herbs, and many spiritual beasts were dancing in joy. A dragon-like stone staircase rose from the foot of the mountain, winding upwards, towering into the clouds, directly leading to the countless palaces and pavilions at the top of the mountain. It was late autumn, yellow leaves drifted down, and everywhere was a scene of the end of autumn. However, the trees on this true inheritance peak were verdant and lush, with rosy clouds surging everywhere, and flowing springs and waterfalls. It was a scene of an immortal paradise. This true inheritance peak belonged to a senior true disciple of Pure Cloud sect, Wuxia. This Wuxia had already stepped into the true Qi boundary more than 100 years ago. He was considered an all-powerful genius, and was once famous in several large sects of the southern region. But he was not an evil hero, but after a few cycles of cultivation, he was now at the peak of the 5th level of true Qi. He was only one step away from opening the meridian. Of course, whether he could take this step was still unknown. But he was respected in Jianhu, and had killed many demon race in his life. Night. The bright moon hung high in the sky, the watery moonlight sprinkling on the mountain peak. In the pavilion, several pretty servants were brewing tea and serving exquisite pastries, attentively serving. Wuxia and several other true disciples of Pure Cloud sect were admiring the moon. Ah! Senior brother Wu, the world changes, the winds and clouds change unpredictably. We never thought that there would be such a genius in our Pure Cloud sect. Moreover, this genius was born as a living target, and he had to fight his way up step by step. It's truly a rare sight. A middle-aged Confucian scholar smiled faintly as his entire body glowed with treasured light. Senior brother Xiaofan is already the leading figure of the new generation of our Pure Maiden sect. He's so young, but he's already accomplished such a great feat in the devil hero realm. Even the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor, the leader of the demon clan, was killed by senior brother Xiaofan. TSK. Wuxia was also a middle-aged man. His expression was very capable, and in his eyes was a wise and far-sighted light. There were signs of senior brother Xiaofan's rise, and it wasn't sudden. If you think about it carefully, you will understand. This year's Devil Hero trial is known as the cruelest, most difficult, and highest death rate in the history of the Devil Hero Circle. To think that senior brother Xiaofan would be able to suppress everyone in a competition of this level and make a name for himself. With the aura of being the number one, he became the demon hero of this selection. No one would be willing to accept him, and no one would be able to compete with him. Ha 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 ha, let me tell you, in the future, senior brother Xiaofan will become more and more powerful. His luck will cover the sky, his name will shake the mountains and rivers, and he will become an ancestor. The other core disciples nodded. Yes, the rise of senior brother Xiaofan is also the rise of our Pure Cloud sect. Sect master and eldest senior brother are people who have the ability to cover the sky, but they are too indifferent to fame and fortune, and stand aloof from worldly affairs. They are too low-key. Therefore, our Pure Cloud sect has always been neither strong nor weak among the top 5 sects of Beacon Fire Empire. Senior brother Xiaofan is a person who strives for success, dares to fight, and has a fiery temper. When senior brother Xiaofan takes control of the Pure Cloud sect, I'm afraid that our Pure Cloud sect will directly suppress the other major sections. A yellow-robed man said with a smile. That's right, I heard from senior brother Dongfang that senior brother Xiaofan has also returned to the Pure Cloud sect. Why don't we find a time to visit senior brother Xiaofan? What do you think? A beautiful woman in red said. Wuxia smiled and shook his head. No. This time, senior brother Xiaofan did not make a fuss when he returned. Obviously, he does not want us to disturb him. He also wants peace and quiet. We should not rashly disturb senior brother Xiaofan's mood. Besides, senior brother Xiaofan has just gotten married. I won't say it, you all understand. The beautiful woman in red chuckled. Senior brother Xiaofan is hot-blooded, these few days, I'm afraid, he will not be able to get out of bed. Ha, that's right, senior brother Wu, you've taken special care of junior brother Ah Cho. You've even given junior brother Ah Cho a few message talismans that you've personally crafted.
It seems that you want to use junior brother Ah Cho to climb up to senior brother Xiaofan. Everyone in our Pure Cloud sect knows that the relationship between junior brother Ah Cho and senior brother Xiaofan is as close as brothers. A green-robed man faintly smiled. Wuxia did not deny it. At this time, Suddenly, Wuxi's eyebrows raised. A talisman slowly rose from his body. The next moment, this talisman was surrounded by fine and dense true qi, and suddenly began to burn. In the process of the talisman burning, a weak voice sounded, passing over some voice messages. Senior Martial Brother Wu, I am Ah Cho. Senior Martial Brother Wu, I am ashamed to say this, but my clan has encountered some trouble. There are 2 true Qi realm experts of unknown origin who are secretly monitoring my clan outside my clan's mansion. I went out to negotiate with them, but because of a disagreement, they severely injured me. I hope that Senior Martial Brother Wu can uphold justice for me. I wonder if my brother, Xiaofan, has returned to the sect. It's a message that junior brother Ah Cho sent back from his family. He's actually been injured. Humph. Junior brother Ah Cho is a true disciple of my Pure Cloud sect, he dares to hit him? Wuxia flew into a rage, leaping up from his seat. The other true disciples stood up as well. Senior brother Wu, it seems that we need to go to junior brother Ah Cho's family, Blazing Flame City's Xiao family, and stand up for junior brother Ah Cho. 2 true Qi boundary experts of unknown origin. Interesting. Truly interesting. After so many years, no one has dared to openly injure a direct disciple of my Pure Cloud sect in the territory of the Beacon Fire Empire. A yellow-robed true Qi realm cultivator's eyes were filled with dense killing intent. Even if it's the true disciples of the other 4 sects, they must give us an explanation. Let's go, senior brother Wu, let's go together. Wait. Suddenly, Wuxi's eyes moved. Junior brother Ah Cho has a lot of healing medicines on him, his life is not in danger for a moment. How about this, after a few hours, when the sky brightens, I will go to senior brother Xiaofan's mountain peak and tell him about this matter. He. We all know what senior brother Xiaofan is capable of. He's extremely cruel. During the Hex Hero trial, he killed anyone who stood in his way. He even dared to kill the Azure Dragon Demon Emperor. Now, someone has beaten up his brother. Ahahaha. Isn't this courting death, Pure Cloud Mountain Range? Xiaohan's mountain peak. The first ray of morning light climbed up the mountain peak. Xiaohan slowly got off the bed. On the bed, Jing Yanxue and Lan Shirong were already exhausted, falling into a deep sleep on the bed like mud. The corners of their mouths were curved with a smile of pain and happiness. On their pink faces, there were tear stains, but also tears of happiness. Was I too fierce last night, made them? Xiaohan gently lifted the bedding, seeing their red and swollen areas, a trace of regret flashed across his heart. Let them sleep a little longer. Xiaohan lightly kissed the 2 girls' cheeks, then stretched his body and walked out of the room. Xiaohan sat on a rock on the mountain peak, looking at the rising red sun. With last night's entanglement with the 2 girls, Xiaohan's state of mind was already very calm.
For the mission that he was about to complete, he unexpectedly had a trace of confidence. In his heart, there was once again a surging belief that he would definitely win. I must not die in the demon capital. For myself, and also for Yanxue and Shirong. The corner of Xiaofan's mouth pulled into a faint smile. In his mind, he also recalled last night, the two girls' obsession and ingratiation, as well as the bone-piercing joy. Xiaofan emptied his mind and completely immersed himself in a kind of tranquil and full of happiness. After a while, Xiaofan took out his demon hero token from his bosom. He opened the message function. With a sweep of his mind, he read a few messages. Mo Qingtong. Xiaofan, why don't you contact me? I left you a message, but you didn't reply. You really don't give Qingtong any face. The next time we meet, Qingtong will properly settle the score with you. He. Alright, Qingtong is going to form a team with someone and enter an ancient tower for an adventure. Xiaofan, Qingtong is currently accumulating strength and is preparing to expand her meridians. Alright, after today's adventure is over, Qingtong will come find you. Fatty Zhu. Boss, where are you enjoying yourself? During this period of time, Fatty followed his father and a few of his father's good friends. A group of senior demon heroes are training in some ancient ruins in the northern region. Ah! A high-level demon emperor appeared over there. Boss, let's not talk about it. Xiaofan. Junior brother Xiaofan, are you alright? I met a few demon heroes who are at the opening realm. They are all good to me and treat me like sisters. Junior brother Xiaofan, let me tell you, I have already stepped into the opening realm. Isn't it strange? Why did I improve so much? Junior brother Xiaofan, I obtained an ancient strange fruit. After refining it, I gained a few cycles of true qi out of nowhere and broke through many true acupoints. The first time I expanded my acupoints, the result was so. I expanded my acupoints 5 times. The accumulated poison in my body is also slowly dissipating. The life potential that I lost is recovering bit by bit. It is all because of the effect of that ancient strange fruit. Hearing the messages left by his former companions, Xiaofan's heart was filled with warmth. He was inexplicably moved. It seems that everyone's luck is not bad. After Qingtong came out from the ancient tower, she must have accumulated enough strength to expand her acupoints. Fatty and his father, the older generation of demon heroes, must have benefited a lot from this experience. I didn't expect senior sister Xiaofan's luck to be the best. After obtaining the ancient strange fruit, the life potential that was depleted due to the consumption of the secret medicine has been greatly restored. Moreover, her cultivation base has increased by a few cycles and she has already expanded her acupoints. She has really soared to the sky. She can get a rank on the demon hero ranking board. Xiaofan smiled happily and was happy for his companions. However, where's Yunrong? Recently, every time I open the transmission function, I'll receive messages from Qingtong, Fatty, and senior sister Huiyang. But Yunrong only left me a message once, and then there's no more news, as if she's vanished into thin air. How's she recently? With a thought, Xiaofan sent a message to Xiao Yunrong. Yunrong, where are you? However, this message was like a stone sinking into the sea. Xiaofan sent a few more messages but there was still no reply. It seemed that Xiao Yunrong had directly turned off the communication function of the demon hero command. What's going on? Yunrong copied me and turned off the communication function. How is she now? He did not know why, but Xiaofan actually missed Xiao Yunrong very much. He wanted to see her, or at least hear her voice and tell her that she was safe. Just when Xiaofan was worrying about Xiao Yunrong in secret, a stream of light descended from the sky, the fluctuation of essential qi was incessantly flickering. The true disciple Wuxia had already arrived at Xiaofan's mountain peak. Senior brother Xiaofan, hello. I am Wuxia. Wuxia cupped his hands in greeting. Huh? Xiaofan withdrew his thoughts and looked at Wuxia. Hello. Xiaofan only had a few days of rest this time. Now, 2 days had passed and there were only 3 days left. He cherished these few days very much. Someone came to disturb him. Xiaofan instinctively felt a little unhappy. Wuxia was also a clever person. Judging from Xiaofan's expression, he immediately discovered Xiaofan's displeasure. He hurriedly said, Senior brother Xiaofan, I did not mean to disturb you, but I have something important to report, so I boldly came. I hope senior brother Xiaofan will not blame me for disturbing you. Wuxia's words made Xiaofan feel a little embarrassed. He smiled and explained, I'm sorry, because in a few days, I have to complete an extremely dangerous task, so these days I was a little impatient and wanted some peace and quiet. I misspoke just now, senior brother, please don't blame me. Out of courtesy, Xiaofan also called the other senior brother. He was not an arrogant person. Well said, well said. Senior brother Xiaofan, then I'll make a long story short. Just now, I received a message from junior brother Acho from the Blazing Flame City Xiao family. Junior brother Acho was seriously injured by 2 true Qi boundary experts of unknown origin. Now, he is lying on the bed coughing up blood. But senior brother Xiaofan does not need to worry, junior brother Acho is not in danger of dying, but he must be feeling aggrieved and wants to find someone to stand up for him. Wuxia succinctly said. I thought that senior brother Xiaofan and junior brother Acho are like brothers, so I came to inform senior brother Xiaofan. If senior brother Xiaofan doesn't have the time to deal with this matter, I will immediately head to the Xiao clan in Scorching Flame City. What? Senior brother Acho was beaten? Suddenly, Xiaofan's brows wrinkled, he flew into a rage. Senior brother Acho has always been kind to others, he almost never causes trouble, his temper is 10 times better than mine, he was beaten to the point of vomiting blood? Preposterous. Boom! Inside Xiaofan's body, there was a sudden explosion of thunder. The air in all directions suddenly condensed, Xiaofan's imposing manner became like heaven and earth, the power of his flesh body slightly released, the air constantly distorted. Wuxia retreated in horror, the shock in his heart was incomparable. I didn't think that senior brother Xiaofan's cultivation had already reached such an abnormal level, this imposing manner is comparable to an ancient beast. Senior brother, please calm down. Wuxia kept quiet out of fear. Who beat him? Forget it, I'll immediately rush to Blazing Flame City. Xiaofan's body moved, true qi gushed out from his body, he controlled his true qi, and in a breath, he escaped far away. Senior brother Wu, please report to the sovereign, I will go to Blazing Flame City and help senior brother Acho. You're tuning into the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.